right. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
To all you guys out there. Welcome to another installment. Military History Conversations on the Military History Chronicles YouTube. Man, a lot to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
As I had in that overlay, kind of surprised me. The Navy actually announced that there's an Ohio-class submarine on station in the CENTCOM area of responsibility. Now, that is nothing to scuff at.
No.
First off, usually they keep locations of Ohio-class submarines on the down low, and there's a reason why. These are the type of submarines that launch nuclear missiles. So usually they like to keep it secret about where these submarines are operating from. Usually you don't announce it on Twitter that you got this type of submarine in the AOR.
No, they are the silent patrol, the boomer patrol.
And I misspoke earlier because these ships don't have the cruise missiles. I'll show you what they have.
But they have 960 warheads on them. Yeah, just a little.
Here we go. This is straight from General Dynamics. That's the people who manufacture this boat. It's a Trident ballistic missile submarine. Must be considered among the most effective warships ever built. All right. We're not getting into this. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Talks about the tons, the length, the diameter, how fast it can go. But this is where you want to look. All right. Trident missiles. For those of you who don't know what a Trident missile is, it is a SLBM. It's short for submarine launched ballistic missile. And each of those missiles, I don't know how many they have. I'm guessing between probably 4, maybe more, warheads on those missiles. So this is not meant to launch cruise missiles at an enemy. You know, for example, if they wanted to do something against Iran or whatever, you know, this type of submarine doesn't launch, you know, the Tomahawk cruise missiles or anything like that. There are other boats out there that are like that. For example, the Virginia class, they got those out there. As you can see, they have torpedoes, Tomahawk land attack missiles, mines, and other stuff that they can do. So that's a type of submarine you may want to see, or even a Los Angeles class. That's an older type, but if I'm not mistaken, I think they still have the same. Yep, Tomahawk cruise missiles. So this is kind of upping the ante a little bit. And as you saw, I don't know why the Navy is announcing it. I find that very strange. I don't know if they've ever done an announcement like that in the past. I don't think it's probably the first time it's ever happened. Like I said, they don't tell.
Right.
They don't telegraph where these type of submarines are going to be.
Right.
Because then you got enemy submarines that are going to go over there and try to find it and whatever.
Exactly. And these things have 20 nukes on them. Well, 20 missiles with 4 warheads apiece.
Well, let's take a gander.
And again, if they were going to fire one of those things, it's not a cruise missile. It's not launching a cruise missile.
No. That's straight up nuclear.
100%.
Let's go. Missile threat. Don't know who those guys are. I'm not sure. Hey, there we go. Let's go with the people who made it. Okay. We'll kind of go through this together here. Let me stop sharing this one and bring up this one. There we go. Good old Lockheed Martin. All right. So we got on September 20th, Lockheed Martin supporting U.S. Navy marked the successful launch of a Trident II D5 life extension fleet ballistic missile to demonstrate crew and system readiness. All right, let's see what they get in here. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. The Trident II D5 is currently aboard the Ohio class and the British Vanguard class submarines. Let's see if they get into this here. Talking about successful flights. Trying to see how many I don't know if it will actually get into that. It may not. It may not say how many warheads are on it. Interesting. Hold on, let me see. Self-contained A1 Sir-6 underwater launch in 1960. That was the Polaris. Megadeth had a great song, "Launch the Polaris." I don't know if you know that one.
I remember that. Yeah, they were back into activism in those days. Countdown to Extinction.
Yeah, man. I
Another
still
great
love.
song.
I still love Rust in Peace. That album was just
Rust in
fantastic.
Peace, Hangar 18. Yeah.
Incorporated the multi-independently targeted vehicle. Okay, it doesn't say how many. All right, so
if you look at the Nuclear Threat Initiative, NTI.org, they give you a breakdown of all of our submarines.
Well, there you go. Yeehaw. But yeah. If I pulled that right off. I saw it come across Twitter, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? Really?" That's really shocking. It's not shocking that it's. Oh, what? Oh, never mind. Non-combat.
You never hear submarine movements. Ohio especially. Ohio's,
No, they keep those things pretty secret, man. They really do. Where the heck?
The other job of submarines have is to collect intel. On top of that, so they're not going to release.
But the Ohio, it's meant for one
purpose, one purpose only.
That's it, to launch nuclear missiles. That's it. Period. Let's see what we got here.
And we have 14 of them. Isn't that crazy?
Yes. Yeah. Let me see what we got here. Where the heck is it at? Did I not give it a like? I could have sworn I gave it a like. Likes. Pretty sure it's in there. I'm gonna go down here. There it is. Came straight from you. It was Central Command. It came from CENTCOM. So just like it's that same tweet that I put on there, on that little overhead that we put on before we came in here. I'll show you that real quick. And there you go. Yep, straight from U.S. Central Command, right there. Yeah. And it says, "Yep, official Twitter for the U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM." Well, there you go.
That's not too far away from the Department of Navy themselves saying that there's a Ohio class.
That's pretty much, yeah. I mean, I don't understand that. That's very. I don't think this is a fake account.
No, that's the real deal. That's U.S. Central Command.
That's what I thought.
And that's the Middle East, man. That's where that thing's heading. That's where it's going to be. I mean,
that's it's there. It says it's arrived.
Oh, it's already.
Well, it's already there. It's already there. Yeah.
So that's probably what I wonder. It makes you wonder, well, if they're waiting, if it's on station already. I wonder if they're waiting for the carrier strike group to get there in the Gulf and start doing its thing. Maybe they're worried about Iran trying to launch nukes.
That's what I'm wondering now. I don't know, man. I know there's a lot of stuff in Iraq and Syria. We've been under constant attack for the last 4 or 5 days.
Oh yeah, and we're almost under attack in Turkey right now too. That's the next step there. Oh, they've been mobbing the gates.
There's a bunch of protesters at the gates of Incirlik Air Base. Yeah,
I wouldn't want to be there right now.
I mean, it's just.
This whole thing's a giant mess. No, I don't know where it's going either. I mean, it's so convoluted at this point. And then I'm
not trying to be alarmist, but that's you don't send a submarine where its main weapon system is a nuclear missile,
and you don't announce it.
No.
Oh, I mean, now the whole world knows we got a nuke sub.
And you got Blinken. You see Blinken's flying all over the Mideast.
He's trying
all over the Mideast.
He's trying to put out fires. I mean, he was only there for 2 or 3 hours there in Iraq, and they were bombing while he was there, I guess.
Yeah. And I think that's why he got out of there. He went because where else? He went to he went to the West Bank. He went to Iraq. He went to Turkey. And I think that was it, right? I think it was those three, if I'm not mistaken. Real quick, hey, let's do you got a good live
Yeah,
feed going
I've
on?
got the live feed, but I can't hear any sound. I'm not sure what happened to the sound on this one.
The agenda free, man. I was watching that earlier. There was a lot of bombing. As a matter of fact, I saw reports saying that this is the most bombing they've seen in Gaza since it began.
Well, it makes sense.
Supposedly they're flattening buildings and also hitting roads because they're going after the tunnels underneath.
Let's see here. Let me try to find the try to find another feed that's actually got sound on it, so we can hear stuff going.
Matter of fact, let me go ahead.
Okay, this one's got sound too. I like that camera. I just posted because it's actually from Gaza itself, but there's no sound. It's kind of moot, whatever.
All right, I'm gonna get in this real quick. Get into my stuff here. Could you do me a favor? Send it in the private chat because
oh shit,
I can't hit that link. It winds up just bringing it up on the screen.
Oh my bad. Gotcha. There you go.
Cool. And let me fix this up.
The second camera I just posted is looking from Surdot, Israel.
Yeah, Surdot. That's the one. Yeah. That's the one I was watching earlier. That is the one I was watching earlier. Let me bring this in. Good deal. Cool. So we got live UA. Let's see.
Live UA, man.
UN says 88 staffers killed in Gaza.
Yeah. Probably people just trying to help out. And that's the thing, those peace organizations, they'll send you out to stuff like that and take you want to do good, but you're taking a risk there.
Yep. So that's very interesting. What else is going on?
Jordan.
Did you see the report about that minister that was in the Israeli government that said, hey, we probably should just nuke them?
Yeah. I saw that one.
Oh man, not the right thing to say there, buddy.
Go ahead. If you do that, Iran's going to launch, and then now we've got this domino fall of BS.
Oh, it's going to be crazy. Exactly. Yeah, that was a wrong thing to say.
But today was the first time Jordan's actually somewhat entered the fray, if you will. They airdropped some aid into Gaza.
Yeah, I heard they were doing some humanitarian airdrop. Yeah, but we already know where that's going to go.
I wonder who's there. Oh, hell, that's probably a bunch of weapons. I wouldn't doubt it one bit. I don't trust that guy out there, Jordan.
Well, I don't know. I think the Israelis will know what it is, what they're dropping in.
No, they'll probably blow it up if they get a hold of it. No, I don't blame them. Why not?
Right. Now, supposedly, what I heard is that when they're cutting across, this is from what I heard on Twitter, is when the Israelis are entering, because they're coming in from the east and making their way towards the sea. And as they're going through, they're putting up big giant berms on each side as they're going across.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting because now they're basically making sure that their forces are safe because you put those big berms up. Anyone coming over the berm, they can't, there's nothing they can do. They can't take any pot shots when you got these big giant berms.
Oh, I didn't know this one. So our CIA director's been following around Blinken too.
Yeah, CIA. Yeah, I saw the director. He's in Israel.
Interesting.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yep.
It couldn't possibly because we have SOG out there somewhere, huh?
Well, supposedly they're participating in hostage. What are they going to try to do with the hostages?
Oh yeah, they have the Special Operations Group, and then they have SAD, which is the Special Activities Division. Those guys are all former Delta Force and SEAL Team 6 dudes.
Yeah, there's definitely some stuff going on.
Oh, there was another thing where Kamala Harris's daughter was sharing links to pro-Hamas.
Who was?
Kamala Harris's daughter was sending out, sharing links to pro-Hamas benefit groups.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like those GoFundMe's. It's
okay.
Yeah. It's weird. It's interesting. What the hell's going on, man? We live in a clown world.
Okay. That's a good segue because I got to bring this up. we got to share this because, matter of fact, you notice I'm getting this information straight from the CIA website.
Oh, shit.
This is coming from this is our government, right?
Right.
See, if you could see, it's up there. It says CIA.gov. It says go to CIA.gov, Gaza Strip. But this is just a background. All right. Is that better? Can you see that better?
There you go.
Bueno. Let me make sure. I just want to make sure. Yeah, I guess I can probably bump it up a little bit more here. Let's see. Where was I?
Yeah, if they're on the phone, they probably can't see that.
That'd be better. There we go. So here's the background. The Gaza Strip has been under the de facto governing authority of the Islamic resistance movement Hamas since 2007. All right. Okay. Has faced years of conflict, poverty, humanitarian crisis, right? And then it gets into the history. Inhabited since the 15th century BC, Ottoman Empire, British forces in World War I, the British Mandate of Palestine. Here we go. Okay. Egypt, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we'll get into this. Let's see. In 2000, a violent intifada or uprising began, and in 2001, negotiations to determine the permanent status of the West Bank and the Gaza Strip stalled. Subsequent attempts to restart negotiations have not resulted in progress toward determining final status of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. In Israel, in late 2005, unilaterally withdrew all of its settlers and soldiers and dismantled its military facilities in the Gaza Strip, but it continues to control the Gaza Strip's land and maritime borders and airspace. Okay. Here we go. Okay. You got that. Israel left the Gaza Strip for all intents and purposes in 2005, right? Yes, they're in charge of the land and the maritime borders and their airspace. In early 2006, Hamas won a majority in the Palestinian Legislative Council election, right? Hamas won a majority in the Palestinian Legislative Council election. Okay, I'm going to stop there for a second. What does that mean? What does it mean when Hamas wins a majority in the Palestinian Legislative Council election?
People chose them.
People chose them.
They want Hamas.
Who is governing the Palestinians within the Gaza Strip?
Oh, it's Hamas.
It's Hamas. Okay. Let's get that straight. Okay.
They
Israel left in 2005, and in 2006, Hamas won a majority in the Palestinian Legislative Council. Okay. Fatah, the dominant Palestinian political faction in the West Bank, and Hamas failed to maintain unity government, leading to violent clashes between the respective supporters and Hamas's violent seizure of all Palestinian Authority, military, and governmental institutions in the Gaza Strip in 2007. Hamas's violent seizure of all Palestinian Authority, military, and governmental institutions in the Gaza Strip in 2007. Since then, Israel and Egypt have enforced tight restrictions on the movement and access of goods and individuals into and out of the territory. Fatah and Hamas have since reached a series of agreements aimed at restoring political unity between the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, but have struggled to enact them. So, with that being said, okay.
Kind of spells it out right there.
Why, when you see these protests that are occurring across the world, I have not heard one denunciation of Hamas.
Yeah.
Not one. Okay. Why? It's right here. You could. It's easy. You can. All I did is type in Google, and I get the CIA website, and it gives you the background exactly of what's happening in this region. It doesn't take much.
What they're doing is they're lumping in all the Palestinians into one boat, which is bullshit because the other side, West Bank, wants something to do with Hamas. They never. It says right there.
Yep. As a matter of fact, and that's what's going on. You know, Mahmoud Abbas. He's in charge of the Palestinian Authority, but only in the West Bank.
Right.
Because it's even though they're all Palestinians in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, it's two different factions that are controlling the situation. You know, you got Hamas in the Gaza Strip, and you got the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank.
In which, in this case, if you were to say, I support the Gaza Strip right now, you'd be saying, I support a terrorist group. That's exactly what that is. Because these people voted for them. They wanted Hamas, which is they knew what they were getting themselves into. They knew exactly what they were getting.
I'll tell you one thing, and it may have been under threat of retaliation too.
Could
I'm not going to
very well that. Could be. I mean, the Afghan, elections are always rigged for the same purposes.
And here's the thing: what has Hamas done for the Gaza Strip or for the Palestinians within the Gaza Strip since 2007?
Oh man,
they haven't done nothing. Everyone complains about the living situations for Palestinians in Gaza Strip, yet you got Hamas, who has been in control of that region since 2000. Well, legitimately, I guess, since 2006. They sure have built a lot of tunnels underneath that city.
Right.
What have they built for the citizenry? What have they built for the Palestinians? That's why I'm tired of hearing these protests when they're going after only Israel without. Look, am I saying that Israel is our hands clean? No, I'm not saying that. Of course, I'm sure there's some incidents where, the Israeli may have overstepped their bounds. I'm sure that's happened. But to sit there and ignore the governing body of Gaza Strip totally, to put it all on Israel, just to me, is foul. That's.
And they always say, send more aid to the Palestine.
Where's that aid going?
It's going right to Hamas, and it stays with Hamas.
Yep.
The more money is given to Palestine, and I think they're one of
they get a lot of money.
Top three.
They get a lot of money from the entire world. They get money from us. They get money from the UN. They get money from European nations. They get money from everywhere. But yet, where's all that money going?
It's going to those tunnels, infrastructure.
Exactly. It's going to build up their Hamas's means of destruction.
And they somehow managed to get M4 rifles.
It's just. If you're gonna bring this up, you got to bring up the whole story. You can't sit there and just pick a side, because that's not fair.
It's almost like back in the day when the Irish troubles were happening, people would want to help out the Irish citizens. Well, you donate money, it would go to the damn IRA.
Exactly.
Same
exactly.
Thing. Of course, you want to help out the people.
And the funny thing is, the whole thing going on, that was also about religion, Protestants and Catholics.
Yeah, Protestants, Catholics, exactly.
There was a huge war in Europe. The 30 Years' War was all about religion. The Crusades was all about religion. I mean, so this is not something that's not uncommon in world history, but
it's I believe in world history, this is the most common thing people fight over. It's
what it seems like.
Belief systems.
Yeah, but I had to talk about that. I found that because I just find it very.
Well, it's frustrating because you see all these young kids out there protesting, repeating all the same BS that some
and it's
weirdo
ridiculous.
Gave to them. It's like, hey, if you read this stuff, you'll know that, hey, you're going, this is the wrong side. It's okay to be pro-Palestinian, but the West Bank people are the ones you want to support, not these assholes. This is the wrong group.
I was watching some of the protests and some of the signs and some of the people, the United Auto Workers.
Yeah, what was that about?
What is the United Auto Workers have anything? You know why? Because it's whatever. Not going to get into it.
Yeah.
But anyways, I couldn't. And I'm seeing people. There's signs that said anti. What the hell did it say? Anti-occupation, anti-capitalist, pro-feminist, pro-Palestinian. I'm like, how are those? How do you link those? How do you?
Yeah.
It's weird out there, man. It's weird.
Mental illness.
It is weird out there. Holy moly, man!
They were marching around the Capitol with tiki torches, red flames, and everything. Just like that one Patriot Front group, or whatever they were called years ago, doing the same thing. And and then they were throwing paint on walls, doing the red handprints on crap, and trying to rattle the fences there in front of the White House. It's extreme, man. Yeah, and Crab Sandwich is right, man. Freaking. I don't know what's going on there, but one side is definitely more radical than the other.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. But that's pulled up straight off the CIA website. So I thought, hey, if it's on the government website, according to the CIA, that should be good. I got it linked in the description and everything. If anyone wants to check it out, you guys could go check it out yourself. It's right there in it, so you should have no issues.
Right, and if Israel was treating these people as equals, they'd be going to the West Bank too. But they have not been going into the West Bank.
Yeah, true.
They've been policing it because
you know what? Yeah, they really haven't done much with the West Bank at all. It's been Lebanon, the northern part of Lebanon, but as far as the West Bank, it's for the most part, considering everything that's happened, has been pretty quiet.
No, you don't hear any. You don't really hear much out of the West Bank. Period. You don't hear anybody coming out going, "Oh, this is an outrage. What's happening in Gaza?" You don't hear none of that.
Exactly. It's crazy. I kind of don't know what to make of it all. It's just
such a convoluted mess. It's very tribalistic. It's very tribalistic.
And I don't know, man. And it's happening all over the world. It's not just in the United States. It's happening all over the world.
Hey, man, they had a poor Jewish woman was murdered in her house in Paris the other day.
Oh, I guess they updated that. I guess it's actually she was just injured. She survived her attack.
Thankfully.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're drawing stars of David on, just like they did back in World War II.
It's crazy, man.
They're drawing that in people's houses in France. It's not a good time to be in those kind of areas right now.
No, it's not.
You don't.
It really isn't.
And hopefully it doesn't happen here. That's just all I can say about that. And then they caught that one fruit bowl who was trying to plan an attack there.
Oh, in Houston, yeah.
20-year-old kid or something like that.
Yeah, was it the Jordanian kid, right?
Jordanian kid,
I think it was, yeah.
And they caught another guy. They won't say what his affiliation was, but they caught a guy out there in Colorado, but he apparently had off himself before he did anything.
Oh, really?
Wow. Yeah, they found him dead in a freaking porta-john. And he was all armored up, and he had all kinds of
was that the guy that was going to attack a
amusement park?
Amusement park? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, nothing came of it though.
No, good.
As far as nothing came of as far as who the guy was. I haven't heard anything since.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's been very quiet ever since. I'd like to learn a little bit more about that. Maybe, was he inspired by what's going on over there? I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know. Very interesting though. Let me look up this live UA map. Not a lot. King of Jordan. Yeah. I'm talking about that. I saw that earlier.
I was reading this thing. I think I don't know if it was you or Dan sent it over, but there was this thing about TikTok and how it's being used to kind of brainwash these young kids. I guess
all social media is like that, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah, it really is. I think social media is going to be the downfall of civilization, in my opinion. As archaic as that might
crazy.
Sound.
Right.
But they were saying like there's a huge swath of these kids out there are so radical they believe that Israel should just be eradicated right now. They believe it's like almost 54%.
But the problem is they're so easily influenced. You gotta understand the history of what's happened, because if you don't and you just hear one side of it, it's you're being brainwashed.
Right.
And that's the part that's got to be careful.
I don't want to get into conjecture or nothing, but I mean, it just goes to what are they actually teaching in school these days?
Yeah. Makes you wonder.
It's just like we learned about this stuff.
I know.
I mean, I learned about, and we grew up with this as well. We grew up with this the 90s was definitely one of the larger conflicts for the Palestinians and Israel.
Exactly.
Every day you had something in the news. Every freaking day. Peace talks that. Peace talks this.
Yep.
Attempted assassination. Attempted this. Attempted that.
Hold on one second. Give me a minute. I'll be right back.
Gotcha. Let's see if I can find some more stuff for you guys here. I just find it interesting that Jordans, they didn't just send aid to Gaza. They did a damn airdrop over top of Gaza, which to me, it's like, okay, who's letting them use their airspace? would Israel allow them to fly over the airspace and knowing let them drop aid? I don't think they would. So I wonder if they came from Egypt.
What's that? What's up, Mark?
Hey, what's up, Mark? I was just wondering, like, do you really think that Jordan? I mean, that the Israelis would let Jordan use their airspace for something like that?
They probably did. They probably gave him permission.
You think so?
They have to. It's the only way they could get across.
Well, I'll see about maybe
unless they flew south through Saudi Arabia and came up from the south through Egypt.
Yeah,
possible. I mean, that is possible.
I'm not sure
because the Israelis control the airspace above Gaza, so,
right? Yeah, so apparently we do too.
Let them.
That's another thing to talk about. We've had Reaper drones over top of that thing since the start, apparently.
I'm sure we have. I'm sure we have.
The Electric Eye, man, that's a great song, by the way. I had to post that link when I was mentioning the Electric Eye.
Judas Priest.
Oh man, such a wonderful song. What a great band.
Good old Judas Priest.
The guy.
But yeah, if you guys want to find, I put the links in the description on the Ohio class and the CIA report talking about the Gaza Strip, just so you see that I'm not just making this shit up. That it's it's legitimate what we're talking about, the situation in Gaza, which in turn is I mean, we're really getting involved in here. Look at the situation we're in now, just because of what's happened in the past. I mean, I don't know how many times I gotta say this, but when you as a nation, when you're working out of a position of weakness, this is what happens. Right, other nations will take advantage of you, and they see it.
Yeah, we're reacting here, we're reacting there, we're reacting.
That's the problem.
Here, there.
And what happens is when you become reactionary, things get out of hand. Where does it end? Where does it stop? And sometimes there's overreaction, sometimes there's underreaction. I mean, and that's the problem. But if you're strong going in, you got nothing. No one's gonna test you. And unfortunately, we've been tested. We failed the test, and this is the result. You got war in Europe. You got war in the Middle East. You got the rising tensions in the South China Sea and Taiwan. I mean, where does it end?
Yeah, if we were truly a strong nation, we wouldn't have to even say that we have a freaking nuke sub on the way or there already. We wouldn't have to say anything.
Exactly.
People will give us the respect that we for the nation and not really mess around with us. I mean, obviously, now we're just getting bulldogged around everywhere now, which is unfortunate.
It just makes me wonder what our intelligence agencies are finding out. Of course, they're in the know. There's something. There's something afoot, and I guess we'll find out what happens.
I wouldn't be surprised if Iran gives Yemen one of these little nukes there and lets them pay the price for it.
I don't know. To be honest with you, I think if a nuke is used, Iran will not be spared. I can't see that because the only people who could do that is Iran.
That's true, though. You're right.
So, and I think, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell what they would do actually.
Pakistan's been kind of quiet. They usually.
They usually
fall on one of these sides or the other, but I think they're the smarter of the two there.
Yeah. No, what? I didn't screw it up. Air Force screwed it up. My branch of service that I served for 21 years, they're the ones that screwed that one up. He did well, though. He did well in fine. Oh, unfortunately for you, MF, Dan did pretty well in fantasy football today. My guy sucked ass. Everybody showed up, or nobody showed up but Burrow.
God, hey, man, was that Dalton Schultz, though?
Yeah, I think I'm going to start him.
Oh, man.
I'm going to start him next week. Yeah, he's definitely, especially with having CJ Stroud throwing. So I think that's going to be but Ferguson did well for you.
Yeah, he did, man. I was kind of, I wanted to see if the whole Dak Prescott thing is true. If they get rolling in the second half of the season there. Looks like they do, I guess. But Cole Kmet went off too. So We got
Yeah.
2 pretty good tight ends now, it looks like.
I'll tell you what, though. I'm running into Los at the right time next week. He's got 4 players he's got to bench. He's got to
Ooh.
bench. He's got to bench Tua, Tyreek, Cooper Kupp, and
Ooh.
Goddard. So I may
Oh,
actually
and
come out with a yeah.
Goddard might be out for a while. Looks like he might have broken his arm in that game tonight.
Ooh. So he was gone anyways. But yeah, losing Tua, Tyreek, and Cooper Kupp, that's going to be huge for me. As long as my damn wide receivers put up something.
Well,
Golly.
you'll get Fields throwing to DJ Moore next week, so that'll be a nice little boost there.
That'll be a boost, yeah. And I have Lawrence coming back with Kirk. That'll help.
Yeah,
I think Burrow's back for sure. I think Burrow is definitely back.
Oh yeah, I would hold on to him 100%.
Yeah,
untradeable at this point.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. I expect some moves coming in from Haruka. We'll see.
You can get Burrow off you.
Yep, he's gonna try.
Yeah,
Lamar
is not looking like a good fantasy option these days.
He's hit and miss, isn't he?
That's what it seems like. He'll have one big giant game, and next thing you know, he's putting up 10 points. It's like, what the hell? But they still win games regardless, which is good for them, not good for fantasy.
Exactly. Well, it looks like in my little here, let's bring this up. So it looks like Herman has won, which is good. I like that. Real quick, Crab Sandwich says America's adversaries know that our psychological firewall is basically gone. Yeah. As America has become more egalitarian, and progressive, it has become easier to infiltrate and poison the well. Yeah, good point.
Exactly.
Very good point there, Crab. I like that.
Have you seen this country any more divided in history? Can you name a time period? Probably not.
Probably late 60s, early 70s.
Or late 60s, yeah. We're definitely...
That was really bad. That we're about there right now.
We're about there, right, yeah. We're pretty damn close. But yeah, other than that, man, I mean, yeah, it's gotten real weird.
The whole country was just burning down at that point.
Yeah, they're having riots, people bombing freaking where they had the weather... What do they call themselves? The weather, wherever the hell they were. Weather Underground.
The weathermen
out there bombing places and hell communism. Okay, cool. Look what it did for the Chinese. Killed a bunch of them. You really want to go down
That's what I don't understand. It's just tell me where communism has ever worked in the history of communism. Where has it worked?
Look at all the tens, not just millions, but tens of millions of Russians and Ukrainians who died because of it. Then you got the poor Venezuelans.
Let's not forget the Chinese. A lot of Chinese died because
80 million Chinese, I believe.
But honestly, now China is a little bit different.
Right.
China is a little bit different as far as the economy because they got a capitalist model for their economy.
Exactly.
To an extent.
They're not.
But it's
They're not pure commies, but
it's still... just the company's got to pay the Communist Party.
Right, exactly. You pay the piper.
You don't do business with us unless you pay. That's kind of how it is.
Man, those poor people out there in Venezuela, man. Hey, one time Venezuela was an up and coming country. They were They were supposed their economy was amazing in the 80s. They were up and coming. And then look what happens. You vote one of these weirdos in and your whole thing collapses. And now these people are buying toilet paper with big old wheelbarrows full of cash. It's how their cash is so worthless.
Oh, the inflation just went through the roof.
And we're getting there too on our end,
man.
Holy crap!
God, in that last election, that was
I don't think I'd ever live to see the day where it cost almost $20 to buy a damn hamburger meal at McDonald's.
Is that incredible? I know.
It's like what?
It's incredible. It's incredible. But hey, let's get into this.
Yeah.
Herman Haupt and George McClellan. Let's see. I kind of want to get the chat in there, but there's not a whole lot of people tonight, so I have to figure this one out here. George McClellan's one of the more famous. Herman Haupt, you know, unless you're a really good Civil War person, you'll know who he is. But for the vanilla guys, you know, George McClellan's kind of the one people know about the most.
Yeah, and right. And if you're from California, you know there was McClellan Air Force Base, which he's named after, which might make him appear to be a little bit more than what he was. He was.
Now, I'm not. He had his. What is it? I guess, yeah. He had his positives, if you will. As a combat commander, he absolutely sucked.
Oh, man. He could have. Yeah, I'm not going to get there. We could probably say for another stream. I was going to talk about a certain blunder he had that was just.
Yes. As a garrison commander, he was fantastic. He knew how to train up his troops. He got them to act like an army. Because, you know, they had a whole bunch of guys coming in that were being drafted or to volunteer to 90-day. No, 9 months. Wasn't it 9 month? 9 month volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're all coming in. None of them have ever done anything with the army before in their life. So they had to get trained. And he did fine. He had the admiration of his troops. But when it came to implementing the forces in the field, oh my God, horrendous. He always didn't have enough men, and the Confederates always had too many. And he would just drag his feet and he wanted to attack.
Right.
And then when he would attack, he'd get cold feet, thinking that he's going to be overran, starts pulling back. The Peninsula Campaign, that was bad. He was not that far away from Richmond. And then they just got over. And then what's his name? Joseph E. Johnson got injured because he was commanding the army right there. The Confederate forces around Richmond. He got injured. Robert E. Lee came in and saved the day for the most part. But he wound up having to retreat. Went back across the Rappahannock, back into Maryland, and there he sat. And sat. I mean, I think he was fired a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken.
He was relieved of command several times in his career, but there was no better options, which is why he was brought back.
That's the problem, because he took over for Irvin McDowell, who lost the first.
He lost the first. Awful.
Yeah, McDowell lost the first Battle of Bull Run. Yep. You had all what's his name? Oh my God, what did they call him? Old Fuss and Feathers. Oh my God, why can't I think of his name? I totally lost his name. He was the commanding general during that time. Oh my God, why can't it's totally escaping my mind.
Holy crap, I just heard a big old boom.
I'm going to have to. Winfield Scott, that's who it is.
Winfield Scott, yeah.
Yeah, that's who the commanding general is. But the guy was way past his prime. He was overweight. He couldn't mount his horse. And what he wanted to do here. Let me get rid of this one and keep this one. The one that you just sent, right?
Yeah, the one I just sent there. Yeah, it was so loud. I mean, it happened close to the camera. Even the camera was shaking.
Wow. Okay. So, anyways, McClellan took over for Old Fuss and Feathers, Winfield Scott, because he couldn't command. He was just too old.
Yeah, he was done.
So not only was he the commander of the Army of the Potomac, he became the commander of all Union forces for the Union. So that included the Western and the Eastern Theater. Problem is, the guy got a really big head too. McClellan. I don't know if did you ever read some of the stuff that he wrote to his wife.
No, I didn't.
If the dude, I'm gonna tell you something right now.
Himself up.
The impressions of McClellan would have changed dramatically if those letters were never either found or read or whatever, because it's bad. You want to talk about being a narcissist? Woo! He thought he was going to be the savior of the Union, man. And he basically was calling President Lincoln names, saying he was incompetent. I mean, it was pretty bad. But I don't think those got released until, of course, after the war.
And
but
for context too, saying you're the commander of the Army of the Potomac would be like saying you were the general or the commander of the First Army.
Yeah.
During World War II.
Yeah, the commander of the East. Yeah, commander of the Army of the Potomac. That was the army that was really taking it on the chin from Confederate forces. In the West, it was a little bit different. In the West, the Confederates did have a little bit of success, but primarily in the West, the Union were having their own way with the Confederates.
Yeah, it was for the Confederates mostly almost like a guerrilla battle.
But McClellan, like I said, he was able to build up that army. He got them trained up. He got them into a shape where they could actually commence battle and understand, how to form lines and, because it was pretty a complicated process. When you're marching in, you got to get them information and, at the same time, you got a wall of lead coming your way. So he got them trained up. But like I said, tactically, he just wasn't good. He had cold feet. He didn't do a lot. He did have success in Antietam. He won the battle of Antietam, but after the battle, he did not continue the pursuit after Lee.
He didn't have the killer instinct. He wasn't a confident.
That's the problem. He let Lee get away when he had the opportunity to find him, or I should say to chase him and to finish him off. But he won the battle or he won the field and then he stopped. And the funny thing is, did you hear about the story how they found the Confederates' quote unquote battle plan for Antietam?
Oh, I think I've heard about this one. I don't remember exactly.
What happened was when the Confederates were moving north, because they were coming in, they came from the south, they came from Virginia and they were moving up into Maryland.
Right.
Some Union troops, I can't remember if they're cavalry or not. I think. Hey, what's up, Moji? What's up? No problem. But they came upon a wrapper wrapped around a bundle of cigars. Mm-hmm. And guess what was on that paper? It was General Lee's battle plan, basically.
Got your playbook.
They gave it to McClellan. McClellan thought, "Oh, I'm good. I got this guy now." And he didn't really nothing. I mean, Antietam, yeah, the Union won, but it wasn't like a convincing win. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Because again, it was McClellan's inherent lack of action that doomed him. So yes, was McClellan have a big role for the Union? Absolutely. One thing that did happen, he got fired one time, but he came back. One thing he was fired from being the commander of all Union forces. He got demoted from that. They gave that to good old brains. They called him old brains. Henry Halleck. He was the commander of the Western forces. They brought him over to Washington. And Lincoln kind of did it in a way to help McClellan because he thought, ooh, that was loud. Because he thought McClellan was a little bit overwhelmed being the general of the army and also the general of the Army of the Potomac. So Henry Halleck came in, became the commanding general of the Union, and then McClellan stayed as the general of the Army of the Potomac. Now, after Antietam, and he failed to go, that's when Lincoln had enough, gave him the boot, no longer to command an army. That was the end of McClellan. Until 1864, when he tried to run against Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yep. He had the Democratic nomination, and he was going up against Lincoln in 1864. That was another loud one. Oh, they're panning. Oh, look at that.
You could even hear it.
What was that?
Did they miss?
That's a hell of a miss, man.
That's way off, man.
Wow. So they can pan.
Yeah, they've been zooming in on some of these mushroom clouds.
Good. Okay, hey, let's get into Herman Haupt. This guy I like.
The chief railroad.
This guy was no joke. There's a couple of chiefs of the railroad. You had Herman Haupt and you had Daniel McClellan. Both of these guys were fantastic men, engineers, and very good at organization. All right. in World War in the American Civil War, a lot of people have said that this was the first technological war,
Right.
because you had so many different things. You had the advent of the steam powered engine that both helped with locomotives and with ships. You had the telegraph to have better communication with your forces, or any type of communication when the telegraph was coming into play.
Yeah.
So those two things played huge dividends, because the telegraph kind of was in line with the railroad as well. Usually the telegraph would follow the railroad. And this guy was responsible for ensuring, especially in the Eastern Theater for Herman Haupt, but he also had some influence in the West. He ensured that those rail lines stayed operational. And he had a plan to keep them operational, not just with keeping trains running, but keeping the roadbed in order, making sure maintenance is being done. Anything that would be damaged, he had a group of engineers that would immediately repair these any damage to the rail lines, and they could get them done within days. They literally built bridges within like days.
Yeah.
I mean, it was incredible, the fact, and a lot of this was due to Herman Haupt. Hold on one second. Let me find a picture here. Matter of fact, how about I do this? How about I bring up my own damn paper? I wrote on this. See if I can find a bridge that I'm looking for. There it is, right there.
In fact, in today's Army, he would be probably a commander of the DSSB, which is a Division Sustainment Support Battalion.
I'm going to get a better picture than that. Hold on. But yeah, go for it.
Which is all the logistics work that goes behind all the war effort. Without logistics, without those people, without supply, without communications, again, Morse code followed this guy. The telegram wire.
And I'm going to tell you something right now. Any commander worth their salt. Oh yeah, this is way better. Knows that wars are fought with logistics.
Yep.
If you don't have a solid plan for your logistics, forget about it. You're done.
You can't find nothing.
You're done. When did we start? We started about 55 minutes ago there, Kyle, but thanks for joining. I appreciate it.
I mean, think about it like this. Only about 15 to 20% of troops actually see real combat, as in like firefights.
There we go. Right there. If you can hear me, see if I could bring that up a little bit closer. Or is it going to be dumb? Oh, there we go. Boom. That's the Potomac Creek Bridge. They built that. And oh my gosh, I think, hold on, let me read. I got it in my paper here. I'm reading my own paper. Trying to remember how quick they did. It was pretty damn quick.
I'm going to try to, there's a documentary about this.
Oh, here we go. I'm reading this straight from my paper. It says, rebuilding the decimated Potomac Creek Bridge would not be easy. This required a bridge that would span a gorge almost 400 feet wide with a maximum height of 90 feet over water. Haupt understood that many of the soldiers were familiar with building log homes and not working as carpenters, so he put them to use in building the crib work for the bridge. For 9 days straight, dealing with the rain throughout, men under the leadership of Haupt handled almost 2 million board feet of lumber and completed the bridge. After the completion, President Lincoln and other governmental officials came to see this impressive sight. President Lincoln stated, "I have seen the most remarkable structure that human eyes have ever rested upon. That man, Haupt, has built the bridge across the Potomac Creek, 400 feet long, nearly 100 feet high, and running trains over it. There is nothing in it but bean poles and corn stalks." So yeah, in 9 days, they were able to create that. And again, you needed to be able to have that bridge to get supplies to your troops that are closer to the front lines. The only way you're going to get men and supplies, bullets and beans. You've heard of that, right? Bullets and beans.
Bullets and beans.
If you can't get those to your men, you might as well just, be useless. They'll just be standing there like trees. They won't be able to do anything.
Right.
So the railroad was a huge part in the Civil War, and Herman Haupt played a key point or a key part in making sure that these Union Railroad operations were able to be constructed and maintained. And of course, and like I said, Daniel McCollum was exactly the same as well. And not only that, they just had the organization. They knew how to organize their I don't want to say their men. And you organize them in such a way that you get the most use out of them. And when you were able to do that, man, you can work miracles. And he was able to do that. And the technological advantage that the North had over the South was just huge.
Oh man, without the railroads, I mean, we were getting pushed around during the beginning of the war. Once we got the infrastructure in place, we started pushing them around in the war.
Yeah, and the thing is as we're advancing further south, well, it was kind of hard in the East. We didn't go south too much. Now in the West, totally different story. As the Union were marching further deeper into the South, they would, along with it, would be the railroad, the United States Military Railroad, constructing the roadbed and getting trains to follow the axis of march of Union forces. So anytime that the Union was marching down, they were never without any supplies at all.
No, yeah, always, they Gettysburg. That's another good example.
Trying to think of
what is
in the West though. I'm telling you, in the West, Sherman's campaign into Atlanta relied heavily on the Western Atlantic Railroad. If he didn't have the Western Atlantic Railroad, there's no way he could get supplies from Chattanooga down south on his way to Atlanta. Would have been impossible because the territory is just too rugged. And you know how long it held. You could build a road, but after thousands of wagons have gone over it, what do you think that what do you think the condition of that's going to be? Yeah, it's going to be
deteriorated.
You ain't going to be able to traverse. Same thing if it started raining. Rain's not going to stop a locomotive, but it sure as hell will stop a damn wagon.
Oh, 100%, which is what the Confederates were on. Well, the Confederates had trains too.
No, they did. They weren't. Absolutely. But the problem is, they were a day late and a dollar short. Because the South, they were more based. They were worried about people getting an education to an extent. Because there was a certain hierarchy that they had in their social, cultural, I should say the social, cultural South was just different. You know, it was more about, you know, being a gentleman, having the proper, you know how it is, how you're supposed to act, and the glory was in being a farmer. Being a farmer was like the closest thing to being God. That's just how they felt. And they saw no business in, you know, being able to, you know, create industry, because a lot of times the industry, they blamed the North kind of for what they were going through in the South, because, you know, South would grow the cotton, the North would turn that cotton into clothes, whatever it may be, and then sell it back to the South for more money. You know what I'm saying? So they felt that the North, but the thing is they never embarked on a system to build heavy industry. There's really only two places, actually three, Alabama, Nashville, and Richmond. So Mobile, Alabama, Nashville, Tennessee, and Richmond, Virginia were the two main areas where you had heavy industry as far as forging metal, iron, whatever it may be, steel. And Nashville fell pretty quick, so they lost that.
Yeah.
Mobile they still had, but the problem is they just didn't have the infrastructure in place. And they didn't have the ability to replace rails. Damn, that's loud.
Ooh, man, that was a big something.
They didn't have the ability to replace worn out rail, because of course they would, you know, when you're running trains over them constantly, you had to repair them. The Union could repair them with no problem. They had the resources. The South didn't. So, you know,
to use a term from around that time, they kind of went in half cocked. They went in fighting the war without infrastructure in place.
Very good, Kyle. Yep. Own land, raise a family at a young age, and follow the tradition. Yeah, that was what it was based off. And of course, a majority of their economy was, well, slave labor as well. So,
Right.
and it's very strange that, a lot of course, the labor that was being done was by slave labor, the building of the railroad. But what was the quality of it? Not very good, because they didn't want to educate the slaves. You educate the slaves, then they start getting ideas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't want to give slaves ideas. So yeah.
They and they didn't maintain their roads. They didn't maintain their railroads. They didn't maintain really anything. I mean, it came to the point where they couldn't afford to.
Yep. If you take out let me see. Hold on. You're talking about Nashville?
Hey, what's up, Aaron?
Trying to find a good one here.
Good old Nashville.
Oh, is Aaron in here?
Yeah, Aaron's in here.
What's up, man? I'm just typing away right now. Let me see if I can find a good one.
About some Civil War stuff.
Okay, here we go. Let me see. This might be good. Oh, come on. See, that's railroads of the Confederacy, but they use some of them.
I'm going to repost the link for everybody.
Let me use this here. Where are we at here? There we go. Let's see. See if you can see that. I might have to zoom. Yep, got to zoom in.
There you go. Yep.
Hey, there we go. All right, you said you're in Nashville, so Nashville's up here. Yeah, to Nashville to Chattanooga, that was a major line, and then you got the Nashville to Louisville. Then I can't remember what this one was. The Nashville to down to Decatur. There's a certain name I used to have on the names for it. I can't think of it. There's so many damn rail lines. It's even worse in the north. The north, there are so many.
Oh yeah,
there are so many. But this one down here, where it comes down to Chattanooga, then you had actually Chattanooga. You come down here. This was the Western and Atlantic. This right here, this railroad is what supplied Sherman for his march down into Atlanta. And then once he got to Atlanta, then he cut away from the railroad and marched to the sea. Yeah.
And he destroyed
cut a big swath down to Savannah, then cut a big swath going up to the Carolinas. Ooh, that was loud. But yeah. So Herman Haupt, yes, played a bigger role.
Much bigger role
than good old George McClellan. But yeah, hey, appreciate you guys who partaked in the poll.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I thought it was really neat seeing how Haupt was going up in the percentage there. Like, okay, cool. People doing some research there.
But I could see why people, like I said, I could see people voting for McClellan. You're not going to convince me that he played a bigger role. You're not going to convince me of that.
No.
I mean, there might be people out there that say it can, but for me.
I mean, the Battle of Antietam, he won most of his fame off of that. In fact, that's probably the most of his fame. I mean, probably 90% of it. He won it, but again, that was such bad. I mean, that's the kind of victory that's you don't really want. So many guys died in that damn battle.
Man, I want to put up another poll, but I was sitting here at my computer, like thinking. I was like, how can I put a poll up there where people can't Google it? it's almost impossible.
Yeah, these days everybody's got Google food, man.
Everybody knows. Okay, I can get rid of that. Let's see what's going on live UA.
Yeah, let me try this flight radar out so I can see any weirdness. Spot any military aircraft flying around.
Al Jazeera correspondent, 45 dead and a number of missing people in an Israeli bombing that targeted 2 houses. What do you think of this talk of ceasefires?
Ceasefire. I mean,
all it's going to do is give Hamas a chance to regroup. That's all it's going to do.
Right. Yeah. There's no. You passed the point of no return here. And
guys. I think I said this even before hostilities took place. Remember Remember what I was saying in the very beginning after October 7th? Remember we were like, oh, maybe they won't invade. I was like, no, you don't move that much equipment and not be able to do something, right?
No.
And that's exactly what happened. Same thing. Anytime war commences, nothing good comes out of it. Innocents will become involved. It always happens, no matter any war. Innocents getting caught up. Now, unfortunately, is there a higher percentage of civilian casualties in this one than say other wars? I would probably say, yeah, just because of what Hamas is doing. They're using the Palestinian citizenry as a way to, it's not protecting them because the Israelis are still bombing, but it's a way to win in the public relations aspect of the war.
A wonderful example of that is the Israelis apparently struck the refugee camp, but the refugee camp had tunnels underneath it.
Exactly. It's the same thing. You know where else they have tunnels? They have tunnels underneath hospitles. They have tunnels underneath schools. They got they're using, I saw a report, they're using ambulances because I know the Israeli IDF had struck some ambulances because Hamas was using them to transport their men. I mean,
and again, this area is so compact. I mean, they're sitting on top of each other. There's so much.
Yeah, it's high density. Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing, and you're gonna have civilian deaths. Every time they have civilian deaths, though, they'll go, "Oh, look what the evil Israelis did." Guys.
Of course they are, and it's gonna feed the fuel of these people who want to protest. And again, I'm gonna go back to this. Where is the condemnation of Hamas in all this? They're getting a free pass.
They're the ones responsible for all this crap.
They're the ones responsible. Exactly.
They're the ones responsible for civilian deaths. They're the ones responsible for attacking.
But you don't hear that.
No, of course not. Let's go out there and march around the Capitol like a bunch of dipshits and repeat something that some weird chant that we were told hours before. Here's $200, by the way. Thanks for showing up.
Yeah. It's come on.
God,
hopefully, I'm hoping people start opening their eyes and seeing for what this is.
Well, I mess up. I mean, they see every time I see these protesters and everybody who's all out, outraged about this, what's happening there. Doesn't seem to be, older people who've been around the horn a little bit. They look like a bunch.
It's all younger people. It's all younger people.
Under this the old same rhetoric over and over. They're genociding the people in Gaza.
And just like I said, I showed you guys the damn CIA website that spells out who is governing Gaza, how long they've been. Here, real quick, for those guys who didn't show up earlier, I had this. This is straight from the CIA, guys. All right. Where was it? Right here. Israel, in late 2005, unilaterally withdrew all of its settlers and soldiers and dismantled its military facilities in the Gaza Strip. But it does continue to control the Gaza Strip's land and maritime borders and its airspace for good reason, because if they didn't, what happened on October 7th would happen on a lot more frequent basis.
Right.
In early 2006, Hamas won a majority in the Palestinian Legislative Council. Won the majority. Okay. Then Hamas. Violent seizure of all Palestinian Authority military and governmental institutions in the Gaza Strip in June of 2007. So since June of 2007, Hamas have been if you want to say, the bona fide government institution of the Gaza Strip. So who do you got to blame, people? Who do you got to blame?
Oh yeah,
you gotta look for and this is what people need to understand. They think that Hamas is almost legitimate in what they're doing, and it makes no sense.
You know, I mean, I didn't see any protests when we
War
were
crimes, yeah.
Well, it's collateral damage. We did the same thing in Afghanistan. We did the same.
And you
got
to be careful. Hey, Central Valley Kings, you got to be careful on what's being reported too, because a lot of you got to be very careful on some of the sources, and a lot of times you got to have numerous sources that are reporting on this stuff, because Hamas is going to come out and say. I think I saw one earlier said IDF destroyed a car, but it had 3 children in it or something like that. But it was a bunch of Hezbollah guys supposedly.
Like the other day, they bombed a hospital, but it turned out to be a parking garage.
All right, hey guys, just so you know, whoa. Let's see if I could find it. Hey, you know what this is all about, right? You've heard of LOAC, right?
It sounds familiar.
Come on. The laws of armed conflict. You didn't have to do that training?
I'm sure I did. Oh no, yeah.
A law of armed conflict. That's something we had to take this training once a year. And basically it spells out what you can and cannot do
in war.
During war, exactly. Let's see if I can find it here. Oh gosh, it's really going to get no. That's not what I want.
So, for example, to give an example of LOAC, if it's determined that there are tunnels underneath the hospital that is aiding the enemy, and there's if it has enough importance, it is okay to strike the damn.
Yes, there is a level. There is a level of acceptable civilian casualties that's weighted against the military target that is being targeted.
And this is all decided upon by the Hague and Geneva Conventions, so these aren't war crimes.
Yes.
They are legitimate legal responses to the conflict.
Yes.
Now, civilians will always pay the highest price in war. Always pay the highest price in war. It's unfortunate. But in order to win wars, you need to do certain things. And unfortunately, civilians end up getting killed because of it. War's nasty, man. It's as simple as that.
Hold on. I'm about to find out here. Let's see if this is good here. Yeah, you got the Geneva law, you got the Hague law. It's so many.
Like if you were to take Israel to the Hague right now, the Hague would give them a pass. But if you took Hamas to the Hague, on the other hand, they wouldn't get a pass.
Oh, here we go.
Why'd you attack Israel?
Here we go. If I'm not mistaken, I think I'm getting this straight from the Red Cross. Let's see what we got.
Was you trying to share the?
Here we go.
What was it? You had to determine.
Here we go.
The level of
here
military.
We go.
Okay, you got it. Then never mind.
Might have to. Is it big enough, or does it need to get a little bit bigger? How's that?
Okay, that's cool. I was about to.
Here we go.
Go down this.
You must always clearly distinguish between combatants and civilians, or the civilian population as such. Combatants may, of course, be attacked unless they are out of action, i.e., their hors de combat. In other words, wounded. Civilians are protected from attack, but lose that protection whenever they take a direct part in hostilities for the time of their participation. Similarly, I can't say that. You must always distinguish between military objectives, which can be attacked, and civilian objects, which must be respected. The word object covers all kinds of objects, whether public or private, fixed or portable. When military objectives are attacked, civilians and civilian objects must be spared from incidental or collateral damage to the maximum extent possible. Incidental damage must not be excessive in relation to the direct and concrete military advantage you anticipate from your operations. Excessive use of force clearly violates the law of armed conflict. All right, here we go. Here we go. Poor planning and intelligence, slack staff work, leadership, and command and control can easily result in the destruction of a whole town or village with its hospitals, religious centers, and civilian population. Good planning and clear rules of engagement are required to stay within the law, and both of those are, after all, only a product of good training and professionalism in the military force. All right, what do we got here? Military necessity. This principle is enshrined in a preamble in the 1868 St. Petersburg Declaration, which states that the only legitimate object which states should endeavor to accomplish during war is to weaken the military forces of the enemy. And that, for this purpose, it is sufficient to disable the greatest possible number of men.
Right.
Today, of course, it includes women. This principle is entirely practicable. Oh, practicable. That's a different one. That's Civil War lingo there. It accepts the realities of battle. It allows for whatever reasonable force is necessary, is lawful, and can be operational, justified in combat to make your opponent submit. What do we got here? This is the big deal here. Just to ensure it is within the law and complies with all the other principles, in particular, those of distinction and proportionality. That's the big one right there. Proportionality. You must never use military necessity as an excuse for slackness, indifference, poor planning, or leadership. Weapons and tactics. Oh yeah, that's where you can't use hollow points, all that stuff.
Hollow points, napalm.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, this is the foundation
and this is just kind of like a journey. When you're in the military, you get a much more thorough. It gets into, like I said, it gets into the type of can you shoot someone floating down on a parachute? Particularly, I think like pilots. I don't know about airborne forces. I can't remember.
You can shoot airborne forces. I
think so.
But
someone who's ejected out of an airplane, I think they're off limits.
You're not supposed to. No, they're at that point. They're not deemed a combatant.
Wait,
they're trying to save their life. Yeah, they're not a combatant at that point, unless they shoot at you. They shoot at you while they're coming down on a parachute, and you can shoot the hell out of them.
Let's see. I told my dad to sign up on YouTube, and then he can jump on. That way, I don't have to go to his house. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. There we go. Who's asking if he lived near me? Fresno, Bakersfield? Who's saying that? Wait, what's going on here? Yeah, I get what you're saying. So I don't want to see civilians get hurt either.
No,
that's not part of war. Unfortunately, Hamas lives among. It's the whole what do you call it? Asymmetric warfare. And they use the citizenry. It happened in Iraq. It happened in Afghanistan. It happened in Vietnam. Where else can we say it happened? It happened in our American Revolution. Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Oh. Now I remember this. I'm looking at the PowerPoint that we trained on from our
exactly.
Maneuver, firepower, protection, leadership. Yeah, okay, that's all.
That's something we had to do every year. That was part of our ancillary training. Oh my God!
We had to do that stupid AKO. I mean, well, it's not stupid. It's for a purpose. We had to go
the other poor. I think it said the other poor bastard died for his. But hey, you know what else Patton said? Another famous quote: "Haul ass and bypass." And what was he talking about bypassing?
He was
when George Patton said haul ass and bypass, what was he talking about what does he want to bypass?
Fortified positions, wasn't it?
Cities. Avoid the cities and just keep going, because then you get in the rear and then you could do whatever you want after the fact.
Right. Which again, those are
Yeah.
He knew how to
Wars war, and then I've said this before, guys, and General Sherman said it the best, that war is cruelty. You cannot refine it. It's impossible. Once
No,
bombs start dropping and bullets start firing, it's really difficult. It really is. But as a military professionals, you do get the training, you understand. But when you start getting into the heat of battle, sometimes it gets a little bit crazy. I'm not justifying it, but
remember, what was it? Show, shout, shoot. The old ROE.
I'm trying to remember.
Show, shout. I think there's a flare in there too somewhere. Then you finally shoot. But yeah, there's a whole set of circumstances before you open fire on somebody.
That's what terrorists do. Mo, that's what terrorists do. Especially Islamic type terrorists. They don't care about the citizenry. They don't. All they care is about, because, well, first off, they're willing to give up their lives for their cause, right?
100%.
And if that means, an innocent civilian gets killed, so be it. It's no skin off their teeth in any way. And on top of that, they could use that as propaganda.
They win. They win when they do that. No, they use their own families over there. They're so radicalized. I mean, they were doing that in Afghanistan. They were doing it in Iraq even.
Wow. That was really loud.
And I wonder where that comes from. Now it's shaking that guy's house. But yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. And, I get why people are outraged, but you can't. When you're fighting a war, there's no way you can avoid civilian deaths. That's just the way it is.
How come he's looking out towards the ocean again?
I guess that's where the boom comes from.
No, there would have been smoke.
Maybe it hit the sea. No, I don't know.
You would see, yeah.
Interesting.
Let's see.
I wonder what part of Gaza this is. Probably the southern part. Well, hold on a second, Kyle.
Which one are we on? Here, hold on. I'll put it out there. I think it's Geos Photos. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, have fun pronouncing that. It's a Greek name of some sort. Geos Photos. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know how you pronounce that. Yeah, that must be the southern. This must be southern Gaza looking at the north.
Yeah, I think I think this is north. It's facing north. That's the part that they're hammering.
Right, it's facing north. Yeah, southern Gaza is facing north.
Yeah.
Which is right too, but it's just where they told all the civilians to go. They told all civilians to go to the south.
Yep.
Those are some big bombs, man. Those aren't small timers that they're dropping on them. They must be going after those tunnels, man.
This one guy, this OSI International Defender, says residents in northern Israel near the border of Lebanon have been ordered to shelter in place due to a security incident.
Security incident? Like they had over there in Germany yesterday? And they had some...
in the airport. I heard about that. Hamburg, I think. Was it Hamburg?
Yeah, ran out, drove his car in front of the plane and then took some hostages or something like that. I don't know how it ended. Hopefully it ended with good news.
What do we got here? I'm taking a look at Twitter here.
A lot of stuff going on at border Lebanon.
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff going on over there.
I wonder if they feel froggy enough to invade one of these days. I wonder what they're waiting for there.
Oh, here we go.
But I don't know.
There you go.
I'm not sure. What's that?
Speaking of good old George. Lincoln orders Major General Henry Halleck today in 1862 to remove Major General George McClellan from command of the Army of the Potomac and place Major General Ambrose Burnside. He's got the best freaking beard ever.
I was about to say,
in command. McClellan will not hold another command in the U.S. Army. This is like 2 months after Antietam. But Burnside didn't last that long because he was the general in charge of Fredericksburg. I don't know if you guys know about Fredericksburg, but that was a Union debacle. It was
which
bad.
one of the Confederate generals was killed there?
No, none at Fredericksburg. The Union got destroyed.
Damn, I was thinking
Destroyed.
I was thinking about a different battle where Stonewall was killed. Not Stonewall, but God damn it. Well, I'm getting all mixed up now.
Getting invaded. Well, we're kind of getting invaded from the south, if you think about it.
Open borders, man. Fixed bayonets.
Who knows how many people have come in and who has come through? No one knows, I don't think.
No,
Kind of scary.
Kennedy was talking about that. He was grilling
Here, let me put this up real quick so the people who didn't see it. I had this up as an overlay when the show first started. For those of you who don't know, an Ohio-class submarine had arrived in the Central Command area of operations. It's actually there, all right? And for those of you who don't know what an Ohio-class submarine is, I'll put that back up there real quick, too. Where are we at? Ohio. This is what the Ohio does. Boom. That's the weapons that an Ohio-class submarine has. A Trident missile. Okay, you got, of course, torpedoes. But Trident missiles, those are nuclear weapons. All right. Those missiles are primarily for nuclear use only. That's it. Nothing else. Not conventional. So one of those type of submarines are in Central Command's area of operation. Central Command being the Middle East. Another thing that's really unique about that Central Command actually announced that on Twitter. We talked about this earlier. Usually for OPSEC, yeah, good old General Dynamics. There you go. Usually the military doesn't announce where their Ohio-class submarines are. Those are usually kept very secret for the simple fact that they're loaded with, 20 nuclear missiles. So for them to come out and say that and actually have a ship like that in the region, I don't know. You guys can make your own conclusions, but it's not a good thing.
20 missiles, and each missile carries 4 warheads, nuclear warheads. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you, Aaron. I said that very same thing earlier today. As a matter of fact, I texted Will and Dan. I said, for this to happen, there's got to be some type of intelligence where shit is not going in the right direction.
Moji, Gendine, man. Yeah, I got a bone to pick with Gendine. I remember one time we got some of our equipment broke down. We had to get a Gendine tech out. And the guy was sitting, he goes, "You know how much money I get paid for doing this?" I'm like, I can you just fix
Probably
it, please?
It
was $66 an hour. I'm like, oh. So I guess you're really motivated to fix our equipment then.
Wow.
It took them like 3 hours to fix our damn routers, man. That was back when I was in the Signal Corps.
Wow. But yeah, that's it's very interesting. That perked my ears today. So
no, that's probably so far. I think that's the biggest news for us. That's for the United States that's come out of the Middle East. Again,
you're telling the world where we have a submarine that has nuclear missiles on board, where it's operating.
I mean, there's 14 of these Ohio-class submarines out there patrolling. Right, they call them the Boomer Patrol. That's what they are. And they patrol around the globe. You're not supposed to know where they are. They're just there. They're just there. It would be like the equivalent of telling someone where our E-6B Mercury is currently in the sky. Hey, it's over top of Russia right now.
Yeah. Some things you just don't tell where we have stuff. I don't know. I don't know what the hell that means. I don't know what that means.
That's actually kind of scary that they announce something like that because
exactly.
Again, are one of these little wacko countries going to take a shot at us? I mean,
unless they're just trying to tell Iran, go ahead, make a move. I don't know, maybe, but if you think about it, they're making moves in Syria and Iraq, and we're not doing anything about it. So I don't know.
Yeah, we're letting them rain bombs on us. Meanwhile, we're sitting here twiddling our damn thumbs.
We got missiles and drones attacking bases all over Syria and Iraq, and there hasn't been any retaliation.
Blinken was there while they were being attacked. They actually had an attack while he was there.
Yeah, did you see him with his flak jackets on?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's just at some point we're going to be forced to respond in force.
It's getting to that point. Remember when I said with the Israeli forces, when you get a certain amount of military equipment position, there's only one way. Interesting. I don't know who the Spectator Index is. Do you know who the Spectator Index is?
Doesn't ring a bell to me.
On Twitter, you can make of it what you want, but it says, breaking New York Times reports U.S. officials have sent messages to Iran and Hezbollah to say the U.S. would be prepared to intervene militarily against them if they launched attacks against Israel.
Well, here we go, boys.
Better strap in.
Yeah, now you know why that thing's there. Why we got a nuclear submarine over there, not just a nuclear submarine. One's got a bunch of nukes on it.
That's ballsy. Who the heck is this? Wall Street Journal. Oh, what is this, man? Where am I? How long ago was this?
That was a good one.
This is earlier today. Let's see.
I guess a bunch of rockets hit Tel Aviv earlier today.
Wall Street Journal. U.S. senators plan to introduce a bipartisan resolution warning Iran from expanding the conflict in Gaza into a wider regional war. Resolution puts Iran on notice that all its military force in the region will be coming after you if you expand this war by activating Hezbollah or killing an American through your proxies in Syria or Iraq. I guess they didn't take that light because they were still attacking U.S. forces all day today. And of course, that's a quote from Lindsey Graham. That guy. He gets a little bit crazy, man. He wants to bomb everybody.
I wonder how good our intel is on Iran.
Pretty sure it's good.
If we bust a move, we got to be really good about it. Otherwise, they will do something crazy.
The problem is we probably have the intelligence, but it's what we do with the intelligence. That's the issue I have.
Right. It almost sounds like you're about to go to war with Iran. That's what it sounds like. Well, you know what? We already are at war. They've been attacking us. I mean, shit.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. I would hate to see some go nuclear there or something that just blows up even bigger than what it should be. But at this point, it almost seems inevitable. I mean, the entire Islamic world is up in arms right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Lindsey Graham and his war drums. Yeah, he's. It's hard to take him seriously. He gets a bit nutty.
Yeah,
a bit nutty.
Yeah.
New York Times. You like that, huh? Oh man. But it's not okay. New York Times, that's fine because they're actually printing a fact there. I just don't like their editorialization. That's the issue I have.
No.
Depending on the articles they write, you got to really be careful.
Wasn't Lindsey Graham like a colonel or something?
No, I don't think he was. I don't think he ever served. Lindsey Graham.
I'm pretty sure he was a colonel in the Air Force.
You sure? Lindsey Graham?
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he was a JAG or something. I don't know what you guys call him.
What? Really? No way.
Let's see here.
Pretty
sure he was, man.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he was Air Force. He's one of you guys.
He was an Air Force guy, huh? Wow. I stand corrected.
He was a colonel. He was a full bird.
Really? Wow.
Full bird colonel, man.
How many years did he serve? Did it say?
82 to 2015.
Really?
82. So he did 82 to 88 active, and then the rest of it was in National Guard and Reserve.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Wow. And what was his position?
I don't know what you guys, we call them Jags or
So, but okay, so he's a lawyer.
lawyer. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, man.
Whatever. That's not serving. That's the same thing of being a doctor in the military, you know?
Well, hey, you say this till you need Jag.
Yeah.
I need to go to
Yeah.
legal, Sergeant.
Yep.
I need to go to legal. I had some troops that need to go legal because they were shitheads. But anyways,
they call it the IG, Inspector General. Oh, no, not that. No, that's something different.
Oh, well, IG is different.
What was it? What did they call him in the Air Force?
We had JAG, we had IG, then we had the Provost Marshal.
The Provost, yeah, that's Army stuff there. Wow. I did not even know that. Wow.
He was a JAG. I've had to use JAG services before. I got Me Too'd once.
Oh, did you?
So I had to go to legal for that crap.
Wow.
Get myself exonerated, man. Yeah, that was wild, dude. I thought I was screwed. Got out of that one, man. Juggling assholes galore.
The bombs are kind of laying off just a bit here.
Yeah, there's not. Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, I'm wondering what size ordnance they're using there because whatever that is massive. Those explosions that you can see
they're loud as hell, man.
I wonder if that one was out there in the sea. What the hell was that all about?
I think that was an overshot. No, it can't be. There's real. I mean,
there was one before I shared the link where it sounded like almost a rocket was being launched from the location near them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, well.
I'm just taking a gander at this.
You're cleared hot to fire shots at Lindsey Graham, Kyle. He is what he is. Even if he did wear the uniform. That's a direct commission anyways. Right? They don't even go through training. I mean, they go through some kind of training, but they don't go through like
who's that?
Those lawyers, they go through
some kind of people will salute you, you know.
Hello, sir. You really earned it.
So it sounds like they fully encircled the northern part of Gaza.
Yeah, and they're pushing them towards the south, it looks like. I think that's their plan there. Doesn't seem like they've taken up any more territory than before. So far, they say they sustained 34 KIAs total.
Yeah.
I would imagine that number is probably a little bit higher. But I have been seeing some videos. I got to find a way to share these things. But I saw some videos of Hamas from their side of the war and how they're conducting the battle. Popping out these little spider holes, shooting the RPG. I saw one where these guys planted an IED on a moving tank. They snuck up on this thing. They put a bomb on there, ran off.
Wow.
It was pretty gnarly. And they set it off. And they surprised how close they're able to get to these damn things. And what was interesting to me, though, when I was watching those videos, I don't see any infantry with the tanks. Usually you have infantry with the tanks, so you prevent stuff like that from happening.
Yeah, it's I don't know how they're some of the stuff I've seen, but yeah, it's weird.
It's just, I'm not sure, but they're certainly taking their time though, as far as from the IDF perspective. Well, they have no choice, really.
Right.
I mean, this is one of those situations where if you miss one house, the house shooting at you for days. Still, it's just like Fallujah.
Yep. Let's see what we got here.
Oh, so that's the video I watched. Video shows Al-Qassam Brigade's operatives destroying an Israeli tank invading Gaza. That's not a tank, though. That's an APC. Yeah.
I don't understand what you're saying here. Is it true that the founding fathers ended up getting killed? I don't remember how they died. I don't think so.
No, George Washington died of what? Pneumonia?
A lot of them, I think, just died of disease or old age, right? I don't know of any of them that got.
Franklin lived to be, I believe,
Well,
92.
Hamilton. Hamilton lost his life.
Yeah,
To a duel.
the old duel. Yeah,
The old duel,
school
yeah.
duel.
That's how gentlemen settled scores back then, man.
Thomas Jefferson lived to be an old man. John Adams lived to be an old man too, and then his son became president, John Quincy.
Yeah, John Quincy.
His other son was kind of a burnout. What happened there? The guy didn't go anywhere, it looked like. Yeah, those guys, I don't think anything happened to them. Some of them probably died in the war, stuff like that.
All right, what else we got here? I'm just bruising through. Ooh, what's this?
MF had a topic idea. You see that?
9/11.
Yeah,
that one. Oh, here we go.
9/11.
Some more footage here. Hold on one second. Let me get. All right, here we go. Let me see. Do I need to? No, really no credit here because it's all in Hebrew. I can't type Hebrew.
Good luck reading that.
All right.
It's like moon runes, man.
Let me see if I can get that a little bit bigger.
That's what I call Japanese moon runes. My grandma gets.
Here we go. Oh, hold on. Let's go back.
Oh.
Direct fire.
Oh, it would be driving one of those, man. No armor, man. Oh. It's an APC. He's got a javelin, huh?
Yep. Interesting. Woo!
Boom.
I'm repeating now. All right, then.
I would not be caught, man. That's some balls driving around one of those open vehicles like that.
You see how they got those grates above them?
Yeah, it's the anti-grenade, anti-drone.
Yeah, the anti-drone. Yeah.
But I did see a video. I gotta figure out a way to share it with you. But I saw a video where a group of Israeli soldiers were sitting around and they dropped a grenade from the drone on them.
No kidding.
Yeah, it looked like it tagged a couple of them. Well, they probably all got tagged with shrapnel, but I think a couple.
That same guy says 2 Israeli border police officers have been injured in a stabbing attack near the Shalom police station in eastern Jerusalem, with at least one of the officers being in critical condition. The terrorist who committed the attack was eliminated. All right, then.
Interesting. I wonder what that's about. In Jerusalem?
Yeah.
Well, they've been having. So I wouldn't rush to say it might be Palestinian related, because in Jerusalem they've been having attacks with the what do they call them Hasidics, Hasidim. What? It's a different sect of Judaism, and they're pretty radical. And they are known for doing terroristic attacks. In fact, they have their own outlook of what Israel should be and how the Jews should conduct themselves, whatnot. But yeah, so I wouldn't rush to say that one might be Palestinian. It could very well be Hasidism, something like that. The other guys who wear the long curly stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We got rainfall out here in Citrus Heights. Mo.
Yeah, it was raining over here too.
Yeah, it just started pouring not too long ago.
I think it's supposed to rain a lot tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain up in the morning, and then I think it's supposed to go away though. I think the rest of the week looks pretty clear. It's getting colder now, though, that's for sure.
Let's see if there's anything new here.
We had a The police shooting just down there on Greenback and I-80. In fact, the I-80 right now.
Yeah, I saw that there on
closed.
I-80. Yeah, I heard they closed it down, didn't they?
I hope that motorcyclist is all right, man. That piece of crap took out a motorcyclist on his bike while he's being police chased. But yeah, the 80 is still closed. I was just watching the news before I came on. Have fun with that. Could hear some sirens on this thing.
So the Dolphins are 6-0 versus teams with losing records, and 0-3 with teams with winning records, huh?
Really? Yeah, I kind of. Well, right on. Central Valley Kings out in Lodi. I got family down there.
Yep. Nice.
I got family down there. Just fact, I got family by Tokay High School.
Oh, nice. All right. Matter of fact, it did get a little bit of humid. It got a little bit humid here in Galt this evening before it started raining.
Oh yeah, it's been kind of humid around here all day.
Oh, you know what? Hey, real quick. Hey, Kyle. Do you remember that locomotive I told you about? The big boy? I'll wait for you to respond. See if you remember that locomotive I was talking to about a few days ago. Boy, we got people. Moji and Elk Grove. I'm in Galt, and Central Valley is in Lodi. We got the whole 99 corridor.
The 99 quarters in the house,
99
man.
corridor. All we need is someone in Stockton. Get a little bit further south.
Get my cousin.
Are you considered? You're not considered Sacramento, right?
Yeah, I am. Sacramento.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm northeast. I'm about a 24-minute car ride from downtown Sac. Oh, you got Robin Modesto. Yeah, we're really getting a.
Oh, Robin Modesto. Okay, we bypassed Stockton and Manteca. We got to Modesto. Yeah. Okay, hey Kyle. The big boy is going to be coming through California. Don't know when, but they announced it that the big boy is going to traverse the entire UP system. So they're gonna be coming to Roseville. I want to set up something. Maybe we could all get together and maybe chase the train, depending where it comes through. If it comes up the 99 corridor, we could get some awesome trackside footage. If it's gonna come over Donner Pass, we could get up in the mountains and watch it come through a couple of spots, and then maybe meet it down in Roseville where it stops.
Yeah, head out to Denios. They got ever been to Denios?
No, I remember the commercials though.
It's right there by the rail yard. They got some badass tacos, man.
Do they? Okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
But there's going to be thousands of people watching this thing for sure, because it hasn't been up here in Northern California yet since it's been what do you call it? Hey, you know what though, Kyle? Just so you know, it is going to be going. If I'm not mistaken, it's probably going to go from Roseville up to Portland. So I would once they announce the schedule. If you want to do it yourself, because when it gets to, we'll follow it when it gets to Roseville, but it'll stay in Roseville a couple of days. A couple of days after that, if it heads up north, it's probably going to come right through Chico, if I'm not mistaken. You'll be able to catch it again, which would be cool. But I'll keep you guys informed. They announced it last week that it's gonna do it next year. So I'm guessing it may start in the spring, maybe the summertime. We'll see.
I remember when I was PCSing to Fort Lewis.
Uh-huh.
I was driving. I don't know. I can't remember if I was on Grants Pass or if I was actually in. No, I was in Grants Pass. I think I was in Grants Pass. But anyways, I see this beam of light behind me. Like I'm going up the 5.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, it's like following me. I'm like, what the frick is going on? Like it gets brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. It's all snowy and icy out. So I'm not moving anywhere quick. I got a big old truck full of crap. I'm PCSing. I'm not trying to die. So anyways, this light gets brighter and brighter and brighter. I'm like, what the is this a UFO? I've never seen a light this bright in my life. And I'm like, is this a damn UFO behind me? Like, what is going on? It turns out it was a damn train.
It was a damn train.
It was a freaking train, man. I'm like, whoa! I didn't realize those lights on there were so bright. I was not expecting that. I never seen a train at night. Like
Kyle,
that.
you'll be able to get a couple of days worth, man. That's awesome. Yeah, because
Oh yeah.
I know if it, I'm pretty sure that's the direction it's probably going to go. Ooh, or it might come down. Damn, it actually might come from Portland down. If that's the case, there's a bunch of badass places to catch that train. Oh,
out
man.
there, Trinity Alps.
You could, yes. Dunsmuir is a beautiful place to, because the whistle will reverberate through the canyon, because Dunsmuir is in a canyon between two mountain range, well, not mountain ranges, but two mountains.
Right.
And oh man, so you could stop at Dunsmuir, then you could go further down, maybe get down to Shasta Lake where it comes over the bridges. Then you could get down to Redding, and then from Redding down, it will go from Redding down to I-5 pretty much. It'll be right off to the side. I think it goes through Red Bluff. It'll go through Chico. I'm pretty sure. Wait, hold on. No, I don't think it will go through Chico, Kyle. I'm sorry, because that's the direction for the Feather River. So I think it's going to be further to the west of you. Yeah, I think it's going to be further to the west.
Is that
no? I'm not going all the way to Portland, man. No way.
Oh no.
But yeah, we'll figure it out. Once they release the schedule, they have all the times where they'll stop, because they stop along the way. They got to get more water and more oil, and they got to shoot the bearings full of grease every so often. So
now will they have a train associated with it, not just the engine?
Yeah, there'll be a consist with it. Yeah, it runs through Oroville. That's the Feather River. That's the go to the Feather River, going through what is that? The Roseville Sub. It's, you're going to be going when it goes from Redding, then it goes to Red Bluff, and then you got what's those other cities down there? Oh man, let me bring up the map. I know exactly where it is when I see it. I'm just south of Red Bluff. I can't remember. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom.
I haven't been out that way in forever. Since I came back home from the military.
It'll be out here. Where are we at? Trying to run. Los Molinos. It actually might come through. You know what? I think I'm wrong. I think it might. I'm wrong. Hey, Kyle, I think it will come through Chico. Because I think there's a Y out there somewhere where you got one line that goes out towards the Feather River, and then you got the line that goes through the Sacramento Valley. So yeah, it goes through Los Molinos, Chico. It'll go through Oroville, Marysville. That's a good place to catch a train too, because it has to go slow through there. And there's a bunch of crossings, so you get to hear the whistle blow. It'll go through Wheatland. Yep, it'll go through Wheatland, Lincoln, and then down into the Roseville Yard. If that's the direction, if it's coming from the north to the south, if it's going from south to north, then it's the opposite direction. Yeah, man, there's a bunch of places to catch that train. We'll have to figure that out. Well,
if so, they have. They also.
Yep.
They have Idaho.
I used to run trains through there, Central Valley. I didn't run the train, but I was the conductor in training. Beautiful country.
They have Idaho and Portland on this list. It sounds like it might be coming from the north.
It's hard to say. Because they'll come out with a map and we'll give you the direction to travel. Hey, what's up, Dan? Dan's in here.
Oh,
I didn't even know.
Dan was ranking the armed forces there,
man. He's the Peace Corps. Oh man, that was funny, dude. I was dying, dude, when he said that stuff.
Oh, dude, that was a great phone. Dude, that was a great phone call. How do you spell Ingram? So you or I? I'm like, you asked how you spell Ingram. I'm like,
I thought you guys would catch on. I thought you guys would catch on.
I did after I said it. I'm like, oh shit, what's going on here? Then you go, I just picked him up, and then Dan goes, oh.
Dan about lost his shit.
Do you know who he is?
Oh man,
That was awesome.
But yeah, we'll
Oh,
definitely
man.
have to find. We'll get a good plan together to catch this big boy. And hey, anyone that wants to meet up, we'll throw it out there. That'd be a lot of fun, man. God, I've been wanting to see that freaking local because they rebuilt it back in like 2015, somewhere around there. It was like, oh man, yeah, somewhere around there. And a few years ago, they got it together so it could make the 150th anniversary of Promontory Point. And yeah, it was
cool,
awesome.
Man.
Gosh, that'd be so much fun.
I'm familiar with that area too. I know plenty of places we could go eat and drink at.
And look, Roshan
Dude,
did. Roshan did
that Arizona offense only put up 100 total yards.
That's bad.
Are you serious? I would have thought they would have at least been able to get. I don't know. I guess I don't know. Guess I don't. Oh, you want to send Kyle a link? Kyle said you might want to come on just a little bit.
Oh, did you want to come on?
Yeah.
All right. I'll go a little bit longer. We already almost 2 hours now.
All right, on.
Throw out the link. But real quick, a couple of things. How about what we got over here? Dallas and the Dallas-Oregon border. Actually, the border town to Arizona to California, when you were taking a train, is Doris. They got the Doris Tunnel out there. Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I've seen those trains out there in the desert. That's pretty damn cool, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, you want to hear
going on through those little mountain areas, Mojave area.
Hold on. I gotta hold on. Let me bring this up. And you're gonna love this stuff. Oh yeah, this guy is good.
Ooh,
this guy is good.
I like that topic. I'm a huge Wild West fan.
Copy. If you like that kind of stuff, then you're gonna love this, man. There you go. This guy, he's out of Southern California, and he films trains all over the place, out in the desert, in the city.
Oh, cool. I know. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Kyle?
Yo.
Hey.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name?
It's Railfan Junction.
Okay, there's another guy. So it's on YouTube. Like, we try not to keep our kids in front of the TV like zombies. Like, but there's a guy on YouTube that's got his following is insane. Trains from all over snow. My kid loves like snowplow trains, which even I'm like sitting on the couch like, holy,
oh yeah,
like just bombing through like 6 feet of snow.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I haven't heard of that. I haven't heard of that guy. So I was on with you guys recently. So it's not going to pass through Chico, or it is?
It definitely will. It's either going to be north to south or south to north. It's going to have to come through there. Hold on 1 second. I'll bring this up.
Because I know we talked about it, and I showed my 3-year-old that the big boy, which I'd never heard of. My dad probably has, and he was just like, oh, like he was so pumped on that thing. He's just like, so if that thing's going to be around locally, like hell yeah,
it will be. There it is, right here.
Cool. 16 days on the road, 11 days on display. It says.
Can Dan
see my
signature?
Plans 4 Corners tour for the big boy in 2024. It's a monster.
What does that thing weigh?
A lot.
Oh man!
I want to see the here.
Enough.
Like 150,000 pounds. Like it's solid steel.
Okay, here we go. The world's largest steam locomotive will return to the rails in 2024 for a tour celebrating the railroad's deep history and connection to the communities and its employees. The tour is expected to reach all 4 corners of the Union Pacific's 23-state system, with anticipated stops in Chicago, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, Napa, Portland, Roseville, and Salt Lake City.
Roseville. Okay. So Roseville is like an hour. Roseville's like 1 hour. Saks an hour and 20. So that's easy.
We'll have to definitely meet up. I think that'd be cool. Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
Let me find this damn thing. Where the hell am I?
Dan, are you still on? Do you like my signature? You're
here.
Dan the scam. Dan spying on the Military Chronicles. He's like a Chinese spy balloon right now.
All right, here we go.
Man, this thing is 3/4 the size of a damn Boeing 747. Wow.
There we go. Insanely big.
It carries. It doesn't carry coal no more because it used to when it first. But water capacity is 25,000 gallons. The gauge of track, of course.
My parents' pool is 35,000 gallons. So 25,000 in a train is insane. That's a lot of water.
Where is the weight? Does it have? I don't think it has the weight. No, it doesn't.
Okay, well, you can take.
Oh, here we go. Leading, driving, trailing engine. So for the engine, 762,000 pounds, and the tender 427.
Dude, so take the water 25,000 times. What 25 times 8? So it'd be 25 times 4 would be 100.
That's the tender.
So 200,000 pounds of water.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Just on a train. Oh, that thing weighs so much.
Hold on.
Oh man,
Let me do this real quick. I gotta.
Hold on. Is Dan winning trades though? That's more important right now. Is Dan winning trades?
He did a trade yesterday. Well, he did a couple of trades.
No, someone traded with Dan. No way.
He traded Evan Ingram for David Montgomery, and then traded Roshan Johnson for Sean Ingram.
All right, here we go.
Oh, that was good.
Dan's getting weird.
Think about the moment of the driving of the Golden Spike 157 years ago. And that's a piece of American history and a piece of Union Pacific history. And so when it came time to decide what we're going to do big, to celebrate a big anniversary, what more are you do than bring back and refurbish this big boy locomotive?
There's no store where you can go buy 4014 locomotive parts. They had to do it all from scratch. We've rebuilt it over the last 4 or 5 years, all 1.2 million pounds of this awesome piece of machinery.
It really is a tribute to the just intrepid nature of our nation and Americans generally, that they take on obstacles and move forward regardless of the challenges.
We wouldn't be Cheyenne without the Union Pacific. We love the Union Pacific. We've had such a long-standing partnership and relationship. It's family.
Breaking the booze.
The crowds are amazing. There are thousands of people here. People are lined up, all up and down the tracks.
Well, I bet the whistle.
I gotta go.
Sold.
As we break 4014 in across the trip from Cheyenne to Ogden in the next few days, we're getting it ready for a long trip around our UP system all summer long. So the big boy will be coming to a town near you through Union Pacific system this summer.
It's the largest steam locomotive in the world, and it's been taking our guests over Sherman Hill today.
That's when it had the 844 on the back end of it.
We do have the Beetles here today. We have the Beetle equivalent in the railroad world. The 4014 big boy steam locomotive. There's nothing else like it.
You think about the history of
Look at all those
rail in the
people.
United States.
Yep.
This is a key
Oh,
part of that history.
There'll be
And
thousands
by
of
having
people
it
wanting to
travel
watch
our
it.
Union Pacific system this year and years to come, it just teaches that history lesson once again. The role that railroads played in building America, and particularly the role that Union Pacific played.
That thing is big.
Yeah, it is.
There we go.
I never
Man,
heard about that
No.
until you told me about it. 500,000 tons,
What's up, Val? Yeah.
1.2 million. That is unbelievable.
it's-
Yep.
call that America.
It's awesome, man. How
Call that one
tall are
America.
you, Will?
5'10".
5'10". Okay, so that's what 70 inches.
Just about.
The driving wheels on that is 68 inches, so it's almost as tall as you. Each
What
of
the-
the driving wheels.
See, I love comparisons like that. That is crazy. I didn't.
When you stand up against it,
Wow.
exactly. The driving wheels on the 4449, the daylight is 80 inches. That's how tall the driving wheels are.
Wow.
Monsters. Oh, I can't wait, man. I've been waiting
that's so
forever,
cool, man.
years to see this thing, and I can't wait.
Yeah, is there anything
Yeah,
more
I-
America?
That sounds fun. That sounds fun.
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing. There is nothing more American.
Yeah, exactly. I
steam
mean,
locomotive.
I mean, there's a few things that baseball is definitely American, but trains. I think everybody's first love when they. I mean, I don't know. At least when I grew up, was definitely trains. I mean, holy crap!
Oh, you know what? Hey, Central Valley. I've been thinking about this. Kind of just go off. You're talking about how the Native Americans and riding horses. I want to talk about the Mongols and the expert horsemanship of the Mongols. You want to talk about some guys who knew how to ride a horse and shoot some weapons?
My dad knows all
Nobody
about that.
compared. Nobody compared to the Mongols. Those guys were freaking awesome. On the plains of like Ukraine, forget about it. You're not winning that fight. You're not winning.
They used to
I
circle
talked
around.
to my dad. Or sorry, Eric, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Or Will, go ahead.
No, you're good. No, I'm good.
No, I talked to my dad the other night. I'm like, it's funny. We bought him a cell phone like 10 years ago. He's like, what the hell am I going to do with this? Nothing. So I'm like, hey, 2 nights ago, I'm like, why don't you just use mom's cell phone and like sign up? I'm like, literally go like this. Use your email, create your password just like your email, subscribe to this channel, and then like I don't have to go sit in the kitchen or be with you like at your house.
That's
because
funny.
someone can be in Australia
Right.
on this channel right now. So like
True. Exactly.
I'm not gonna cozy up to you in bed and be like like that's a little weird. So
Oh,
he's
man,
like, all
that's
right,
funny.
let me log in, let me sign up. But he knows all about that. That's hella funny. My dad's
The
talking about that
Mongols.
to me.
I'm telling you, those guys were freaking.
Oh,
They're in the only thing they kind of lacked in is in siege warfare. That was
Right.
kind of like their weakness. But when you've got them on the open plains, man,
Right.
they were tough.
they took
Yeah.
over a few Japanese islands back in the day.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick. What's the date on that with the train?
They haven't announced it yet. They said it's going to be a 23. I'm
Okay.
guessing it's probably going to be in the summertime because that's when you could get more people coming out and watching it.
Yeah, and the weather's better. Yeah.
Exactly. Maybe springtime, but I'm going to guess the summertime.
Okay, so it's no rush. Okay, cool. I usually check into every single show, so it's not like
I hope they come out west before they go east. That's what I'm hoping. But we'll see.
And where is it? Where is it stationed? Like
Wyoming.
where does it live?
Wyoming.
Okay, so
That's where Union Pacific's like heritage units, if you want to call them that. That's where they hang out.
okay, cool.
There's something really good. If you just look up the either UP 4014 or look up Big Boy. There's some
I did
good
all those
documentaries.
ones that you mentioned. I started looking them up, and I was like, holy shit.
There you go. Yeah, there's some really good documentaries how they put it together, and it's pretty damn fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah, that stuff is so cool, man.
It is.
awesome. Dude, love your guys' channel.
Appreciate
it's
it.
fun. It's fun jumping in. Like I'm borderline a newbie compared to my dad. He's literally like a master historian. So I know we've talked this and that, but I'm gonna try and get his old school ass to just like use mom's phone. Like, what do
There you go.
Just sit at your house and use her phone. Like, download the YouTube. It's so easy. Just download the YouTube app on mom's phone, and
There you go.
there you go. And like, you want to jump in because we have a huge library at our house, and like,
Man, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. Do you think he has the wherewithal to actually join the show? You think he may not know how to do that?
I don't know. Well, you know what?
Sure.
I think it would be. Just feel it out. Like, I don't know. But the show, the one thing he definitely did say was, he's like, I'm tired. Like, it sounds like those. He's like, it sounds like those guys are cool, but like, I'm tired. Like, they're on later, and I want to go to bed.
Yeah, we're always on pretty late. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
And that's what
It's
he told me two days ago. So I was like, they are like, I usually watch sports talk and then jump in with these guys sometimes. So he's like,
The only thing is,
like,
I would come on earlier, but I don't know how many people would come in, like around 5 o'clock or something. I don't know how many people.
Totally. Yeah. You're totally right.
Because
So,
everyone's like coming off of work and, maybe they're hanging out. Nighttime
100%,
seems
yeah.
where everyone's kind of chilling a little bit, and they can sit down and actually.
Well, they're finally trying to like decompress from their
Yeah.
day and not try to
Right,
jump
And then
on YouTube
I
shows.
drop them with World War III stuff.
What do you think about the Civil
yeah.
War in 1860? Like, people are like, oh, like people are like, no, like, I don't even want to care about that right now. But no, like dude, my dad's got like thousands of books. But no,
Cool.
like I'll just force them to get on. I'll just be like, hey, dude, I'll go over to my parents' house and I'll just go over there and be like, hey, just jump on, dude. Stay up, you old man.
Heck yeah.
I'll just talk a bunch of shit. And just
Nice.
you know what? I'll just make him get mad at me and then be like,
And then he has to
are you scared? Are you scared? Oh, you don't fucking think I know about history? Why don't you fucking talk to these guys? And then he'll. It's like reverse psychology with someone that's like 74 years old.
That's funny.
Fucking get
That's
you
funny.
on. So, all right.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll talk to him tomorrow, and then we'll see.
All right,
Maybe
sounds good.
this week. So, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
going. I'm tired. I'm working on my bathroom. I'm done.
Nice.
I'm not
Nice.
done, but it's all marble.
You're getting there. You're getting there.
I know. All right.
All right,
See
have
you
a good one.
guys.
Thanks for joining on, man.
Later, dude. Yeah, man. Thanks for
Later, Will. Later, Eric.
See you.
There, dude.
All right, I'm going to get ready to close it down. But before I close it down, did you see the news today for the good old Giants?
Yeah, we're a clown show.
We're screwed. Yeah, we're screwed. The good thing is Mania opted out. So that was a good thing. But from what it sounds like, a matter of fact, they posted Yamamoto today. And they said that the deal should be done fairly quick, from what I heard. That's according to John Morrissey. That
Really?
they've already posted, and that the deal should be done shortly. And that the rumor is he's going to the Mets. So,
Well, yeah, that's where his friend is.
yeah, imagine that. And they can afford it because they got rid of Verlander and they got rid of Scherzer, so they got the money to do it.
Oh, well, there goes that one. So what
Watch,
do we do now?
you'll see. I mean, that's what I'm in here. That's what Nightingale said, that he's more than likely going to the Mets. And I got from Morrissey that he was posted and that it should be done soon. So
yeah, we're gonna get Joey Votto at first base, aren't we? That's gonna sell tickets.
yeah, I'm sure it will.
Oh my god, how awful!
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
man, before we
What a
go,
mess.
what do you think about? You have any plans for a Veterans Day show?
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, I was talking about that earlier to my wife about that. Yes, I want to do a Veterans Day show, the 11th. That's next Sunday, a week from today. If I'm not mistaken, right? Do I got that right?
Saturday.
Oh, it's Saturday. Okay, fair enough. Almost a week from today. Yeah, I definitely want to do a Veterans Day show. Absolutely. I'm going to have to put together a thumbnail. And then the top, I don't know. We'll figure out a good topic about that.
Oh, that'd
Yes.
be cool. That'd
I
be
agree.
fun.
I was thinking of maybe coming on here again, maybe on Wednesday, and then maybe that's probably maybe Wednesday and then Saturday.
That
Again,
sounds good.
hey, appreciate it there, Central Valley Kings. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for interacting.
Thanks for
man.
your
Appreciate it.
interaction too, man. That's what makes the channel so much better. You know, we can
Oh
interact.
no, and then give us an opportunity to educate a little bit, like the LOAC. People don't really know about what the LOAC is.
Exactly. But the Veterans Day show absolutely are going to do that. But yeah, look for me to come back on a Wednesday unless something big happens. If it's too big, well, then none of us are going to be around. I don't even want to think that. I don't even want to
the
think
way
that.
things are going.
Oh man, I'm pretty sure. Keep your guys' ears to NorCal Sports Network because this is the time of year where a lot of things start happening as far as the off season is concerned. So if anything breaks, check out that new video we just put out. I clipped a portion of it from yesterday's live talking about what we think Farhan should do. Will he do it? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Farhan goes to Japan just to act like he's involved, only far short. Exactly. Yep, that's exactly what it is. And the dumbass said, what did he say, Dan? He's the best pitcher in the world. So yeah, there you go. So he's whatever. He just
Nice.
yeah, exactly. Why would you come out and say that?
Your wonderful salesmanship there, Farhan.
Yeah, he knows how to sell it to other teams, not
God,
for his own
what-
team. Will you guys talk about this? I think Dan said he was going to cover some of the Kings. If I'm not mistaken. Shardal, do you want to? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, Shardal. We'll see.
that
I
could
kind of
be
want
a
to keep
fun
that
one.
dedicated to veterans, but we'll see. Let's see. Petulia. Whatever. Like I said, we're probably going to wind up. Wait, hold on. Give me a minute. 1 second. Be right.
There you go. Hell, Farhan goes to Japan and Korea, leaves with nothing. Farhan goes and tries to woo all arson judge and gets nothing. It's a wonderful theme we have with our leadership, the Giants organization.
All right, there we go. But yeah, I think going back to Sacramento Kings. Yeah, I think Dan said he might cover that. He likes to cover the Warriors, of course, which makes sense. But yeah, we may cover some of the Kings. I know we got a lot of Kings fans in the chat. We got Will Martinez. I think is a King fan. Senior PK.
There's a lot of Kings fans.
There's a lot of Kings fans. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, Wednesday maybe my next time. Like I said, unless something nutty transpires. I hope not. But
I hope not.
no, I
As
know.
this stuff get done and dusted to be gone with, man.
Yep. And to recap kind of what's going on today, we got the Ohio class submarine. I went over that a couple of times. It's in the CENTCOM AOR. Don't know what that means. Don't know why they announced it, but supposedly that's what's going on. Oh, I forgot to say that. Remember the carrier, the Eisenhower, is heading towards the Gulf. I know it transitioned to Suez Canal, according to reports. So its strike group is heading towards the Persian Gulf region. Still got the Ford in the Eastern Med. Got the Ohio class sub in the region. I know there's a bigger footprint of air assets in the region. So yeah.
Yeah, it's getting a little messy.
Getting weird. You got the continuing worldwide protests against Israel. You got our further involved. You got Blinken traveling all over the Middle East trying to figure out what's going on. And we got the turmoil here in the United States. So, yeah, hey.
Yeah, don't forget to vote November 7th.
Oh, yeah, don't forget the vote November 7th. Exactly. Do we have anything here in California?
I
I
don't
don't even know
think
if we do we?
I don't think we have anything.
I don't think we do.
If we did, it doesn't matter.
Oh, I know, right?
Oh, the Lord.
Oh, brother.
Anyway.
Exactly. So what else? Of course, the ongoing stuff in Israel. Don't know what's going to happen with that. See what happens with Iran. And then I don't know. I'm trying to think of the next topic. You guys maybe throw me out some ideas.
No, I know MF had a 9/11 idea, but man, I tell you what, that's kind of depressing.
You could hit me up on my Twitter if you guys want to contact me and float some ideas. You could do this. This is where I'm at. I repost a lot of stuff. I comment on a few things, but I mostly just repost some stuff that I see. But yeah, you could contact me if you guys got a topic. I know MF talked about, he wanted to talk about September 11th.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Even though
That's a good one.
You know, there's a lot to unpack on that one. My gosh. I might have to throw another poll out there. I'll have to take one or two off of it for now because we already did it. I mean, we'll come back to it. You know, we're not done with that, but yeah, we'll definitely have to do something with that. And then on Saturday, of course, we'll do some Veterans Day stuff for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind talking about some Medal of Honor awardees. That'd be cool.
Yeah, maybe we'll get into that. There you go. Or yeah, or individual units.
Oh,
yeah.
Individual units. Yeah.
Yeah, we can get into that. There's a lot of famous units out there that we can really get into. Yeah, I'll have to figure that one out. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining. Appreciate the support. And, you know, we'll see you guys.
I love it.
I'm gonna have to push back on that, Central Valley. I appreciate your support, buddy. I do. But, man.
I like the discussion.
Those airliners, man, they were topped off with a lot of fuel. And yeah, those things that shit will burn hot and it will get weak. And on top of that, you got all the weight pushing down. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy. That's just me. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. If something comes out that has some definitive evidence, then okay, I can't argue against that. But yeah, we'll see. That's just me. That's just me.
Yeah.
All right, Emoji. Yeah, we'll see you next time as well. And like I said, on Wednesday, probably be Wednesday night, probably around the same time, maybe around 9:00. If we have a NorCal Sports Network, I'll come on a little bit later. Same thing with Saturday. I don't know. It's usually Saturday we have a picks, so maybe I'll come in a little bit earlier or something. We'll see since it's the weekend. Maybe people may be watching college football. I don't know. I don't know how many college football people are in my chat here, but yeah, we'll see what happens. There's a group of architects who disagree. Huh? Interesting. Hey, you bring some sources. I'll take a gander at it and see what it says, and I'll go from there.
Come on,
but it better not be. It better not be from something from coast to coast. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. What's the other one?
I don't want these. I don't want this to be some damn George Norrie aficionados.
George, I'll have to watch. I might have to listen to that once we get off here. See what's going on. Farhan is a Dodger plant. He probably is, Dan. I'm with you on that.
Probably is. Yeah, that one I would agree with. We got evidence. The guy hasn't done shit.
Mess this team up.
The guy hasn't done shit. He hasn't done shit, but ruined this team, and he hasn't done nothing in the last 5 years, and he gets a 3-year contract. And this is one of the most important off seasons here in 2024. And he's going to screw this up. I could see it already. I could see it. Like you said, Joey Votto, Wade Miley. Who else is out there? Tim Anderson. He'll probably pick up Tim Anderson. God.
It's going to be bad, dude. This next season's going to be terrible.
Oh, it's going to be garbage, man.
It'll be worse than this year, I guarantee.
It's going to be worse than this year. It could be. It has the potential of being worse than this year.
I think Melvin put his finger in the dam, so to speak. But I mean, damn.
Jeez, yeah, there you go. That'd be another one. Exactly. 68-94. You know that he ain't wrong. Dan is not wrong. 68-94. If he doesn't do anything this season, how can he? Honestly, though, how can you the team's a disaster. Even if he makes one move, it's going to do nothing.
No, exactly. There's so much to fix.
I know. It's so much.
Hey, let's go ahead and pick up Alex Cobb's $10 million contract too.
Yeah, let's do that. There you go.
Meanwhile, he's gonna have surgery on his hip. He's done. Like, so, wait, you guys don't have to attend. Let's come. Remember what happened to the freak?
Yeah, exactly.
We want
He
that
went
on our team.
downhill. He was nothing afterwards. And that's when he was. That's when he was what? Early 30s, late 20s. You got Alex Cobb, who's 35. He's done.
35, man. He's
and you're gonna pay him $10 million damn dollars. $10 million. That's worse than paying 19 for Jock Peterson.
He's still on a.
God. $10 million for a guy who's not going to even pitch a whole motherfucking season.
No, he won't.
He won't.
And if he does, he'll probably get injured again.
Yeah. It just pisses me off.
I know, man. It's a laughing
Just
stock.
thinking about it. Man. Damn, man. Anyways, guys, you can catch me on NorCal Sport Network with Dan. We'll get into sports. I'm not sure if we may go tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. But definitely, yeah, like I said, Wednesday for me, Saturday for me. And then, and just, like I said, keep your ears to NorCal Sports Network. Make sure you guys subscribe over there if you want to get the latest on Giants news. Anything big breaks. And we're not talking about Mania opting out of a damn contract. That's not big news. Then again, what is big news for the Giants? Hell. The bar's pretty damn.
I mean, there's no news other than disappointments.
Exactly, Dan. This tells you that Farhan has not. He thought that hiring Bob Melvin is gonna magically bring the fan base back together, and it's not. Nope. No, because you need the team. The manager needs a team to manage, and if you're gonna have Yaz and Slater and who else? A Gimpy Cobb.
Well, it should be more than that.
Whatever.
Should be more than Gimpy. Might get some robo legs for him. Get cybernetics.
Break even. They didn't break even this year, and they're going to be worse. And that may happen.
I'm not the only one saying this. I almost guarantee you we're going to get his ass.
Like I said, they'll get Joey Votto and Tim Anderson.
Yeah.
And they ain't going to do shit. And we're going to be talking about this all over again.
A couple of nice names.
When they could have got rid of this son of a gun this season, they could have got rid of Farhan. The opportunity was right there in front of you. Get rid of him.
How much more evidence do you need to get rid of this sucker? I mean, hell, even today was the worst. Marcio DeBon gets a damn Golden Glove.
Oh, dude. Yes.
Are you?
Man, you're having me go on and on, man.
Oh.
DeBon gets a gold. Farhan trades a Gold Glove player for who? Freaking Papirski.
For a literal who? That's who we traded for. Was a
Come
who.
on, man. Yeah. How much more of this do we have to handle as a fan base? Seriously.
Well, they like their Cougars fans more than us, apparently.
And of course, you got the regular media out there just acting like it's ho-hum, not a big deal, blah, blah, blah. When you got other fans, people, 95.7, they're fantastic in covering the Giants with Bonta and Shasky. You got some other YouTubers, us. That's basically just us and Larry. Yep. Exactly. 4th and 5th place. And you know what? You know what's going to be funny? I would not be surprised if Arizona Diamondbacks get freaking Shohei Ohtani. It would not surprise me.
Ooh,
I don't think he will. But they got a young team. You put him in outfield. Or hell, you can even DH him. Or DH with Pham. Pham is a fantastic right-handed batter.
If I was the owners of the Diamondbacks, I'd be thinking to myself, well, damn, we came so close this year. What work can we do to get there for real? Exactly. Boom, there you go. There's a piece right there, Ohtani. Go grab it. Or maybe Texas ain't afraid. They could.
No,
not at all. Boch is probably in there right now. Hey, let's go grab Ohtani, get some more of these wins.
Why not? Hey, and if I was Shohei Ohtani and I saw what Bruce Bochy did in the postseason, why wouldn't he? Why
No,
would
exactly.
he? I mean, the guy, he sees this guy is about his players. That's where I want to be. I want someone who's going to take care of me and it has my back, because he will. Would not be surprised. Yeah.
You let Dubon go because he can't run bases very well, but he turned into a Gold Glove.
He was
Cool.
he was young. He had to grow into this. And think about it. They had him playing all these different damn positions. You can't even lock him into one position. And this is his
What he's
first
supposed to do? He's
taste.
confused.
His first taste in the major leagues.
Right.
Let him get comfortable with one position. Bah! All right, guys. Now I gotta
Anyways.
get out of here. Maybe
Let's do
go and kick the dog or something.
it.
Oh man, no, I don't. It's a joke. It's a joke. I love my animals. So, you guys think we'll get Juan Soto? Nope. Won't get Juan Soto. Not gonna happen.
We ain't getting nothing.
We ain't got the guys to get Juan Soto. No way. Nope. Oh, I'm going to try and get myself and my friend on, whose grandfather was in the Royal Air Force. Dude, yes.
That would be cool.
Let's do it. Yeah, let me know. Contact me at my Master History 23 Twitter. Let me know, man. That'd be freaking awesome. Because if you do get it, I can make a nice thumbnail, that maybe involves the Royal Air Force. Yeah. Is your dad? Oh, man. Man, yeah, get your dad on too for Veterans Day as well. Yeah, why not? He's a military historian. Let's do it. All right. Yeah, I know Padres took a loan, but if they're going to trade, they're going to trade him to another team that has stronger. Definitely Soto, I think, is gone, but he ain't coming to the Giants. He's going to go somewhere where they're going to get bigger return, 100%.
Off topic, but before we take off here, I am seeing our U.S. Navy out there on the ship Vessel Finder. We are
Nice.
right off the coast of Iran.
Yeah,
There we go.
that's what I'm talking about. There we go.
Cool, right on.
Royal Air Force will beat the U.S. Air Force in football.
Hey, maybe they play rugby over there.
Or soccer, as it's commonly known here in the United States. But yes, Soto is gone, but I think he's going to a better team. Probably the Yankees. So maybe the Dodgers. I could see that. Why not? Dodgers get it. The Dodgers got the farm system. Hey, Texas has got the farm system too. Who knows, man? But no, the Giants, no. And I agree with Crab Sandwich. After watching these rookies with Texas and Arizona, our rookies do not compare to those rookies. Not even close.
No, not at all.
Matter of fact, you see Gabe Moreno won the Gold Glove.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm telling you, our guys don't look nearly as developed as these guys. This tells you something, doesn't it? Anyways, with that, let me get out of here. Thanks for joining, guys.
Excuses.
We will see you on Wednesday. See ya.
Later, dudes.